Hello.
Hello.
Hello, love.
You okay?
Oh, surviving, man.
Mm-hmm.
Surviving. Feel like I've been beat up over the last few weeks, mate.
Oh,
Health-wise, do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, still hanging on in there.
Oh, oh, it feels like we ain't been on there for ages.
Yeah, we were supposed to be on last week, innit? But
Yeah, we were mash up.
yeah, it wasn't the one. I'm just gonna go into the group to see if there's any comments.
Oh.
All right, here we go. In the right. Oh, I'll go on that. So I don't know where Nikki is. Nikki's supposed to be coming. Oh, she might be here actually. Hang on. Yeah, here she is.
All right, loves.
Hello, love.
What's happening?
Oh dear. I was just saying to that surviving man.
I know.
Last week we was meant to be on, but mash up. And we didn't put up any advertisements, so I thought we would just be able to get away with it. No, but don't think we didn't get the inboxes. What one?
Really?
Yeah, we got the inboxes. I thought I might be able to sneak, and like no one's gonna notice anyway. But no,
Natalie, you look very suntanned.
Yeah.
have I seen you since your holiday?
I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
on
have.
Here, on here.
Yeah, yeah. But you look more tans than you did last time.
Really? Well, I have.
It's been hot here, though, isn't it?
Catching a tan, not for the last couple of days, but when I got back, it was.
It was hot, isn't it?
Yeah, for a few weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
top that,
and I catch it quick.
Top that tan up, boy.
Yeah.
I'll be topping up my tan soon. I'm off to New York in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's super hot at this time, isn't it?
That's what my aunt said. She goes, "Oh my God, it's so hot." I said, "That's it. That's what I want. Heat, man."
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Seems like summer's done here, man.
Yeah.
No,
man, it done this last year.
Yeah. It'll be back. Don't worry. Soon come.
Well, here's to hoping. So, yeah, we've got some interesting topics. Let's just go straight into it. Hang on. You lot got your reading glasses. You ready to read? Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't got yours.
Nah. Well, yeah, I have. Hang on. Hide chat. Let me take that.
I'm just sharing to every place.
Hang on a minute. Let me just It says you can hide it from where I was, but it weren't doing it. I like this little StreamYard thing though. Amaze wants me to try another software, but I'm just getting used to.
We're just getting used to this.
Yeah, so yeah, I ain't got time to learn a new one right now. But yeah,
Zoom is dead now, isn't it? Zoom's dead now, isn't it?
Whoa.
We might, if we ever need a backup, we'll go.
Yeah. Hey, evening, Tazzy. Tazzy Mom says, evening, ladies. Hope you're all blessed. Same to you, my love. Charlene Samuels is watching. She says, evening, ladies. Jason Gale is watching. He says, evening, ladies. I did send out a message saying if any of you guys want to jump on and chop it up with us, then that would be good. Please do. But yeah, let's just roll on. So Black Excellence Pop-Up Fest is happening. We're going to be doing something in the Thamesmead area. It's new, and I don't know anyone in Thamesmead. Like, Natalie don't know no one in Thamesmead. Our partner Hazel is from South, but more like Greenwich area. So we are trying something new. We're going to be like literally not out of our depth, because I think the main thing is we don't know no one there. But I think over the last couple of weeks, I've been doing quite a lot of street trading, just to get out there and meet customers and present my brand to different places, because I think markets, it's kind of like, oh, you've got to be careful what market you put it in, because I don't want it to be associated with a market brand. But there's certain types of events that you can go to that are black owned. They're like little day parties. They're excellent. Like Black Owned Hackney, I thought was excellent.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? And it's an opportunity to meet new people and just do, like present your brand to different things. So it's not a market, it's like a day kind of event. And it's a great way to meet different people. And next to me, there was a trader, Street Greets, shout out to Street Greets, follow her on Instagram. And she traveled from Milton Keynes to Hackney to sell her things. So I felt like, well, there's no excuse. Like, if you're going into an area that you don't particularly know, people who are serious about their business are going to travel. They're going to do what they need to do. So the Black Excellence Pop-Up Fest is kind of powered by What Next, because Natalie started something called What Next. And the ethos behind What Next resonated with me. And one of the things that Natalie said to me was like, we've got to look at 4 different areas, but in terms of economics, I want you to look at economics for What Next. And I felt honored, but at the same time felt like, if your economics isn't up to where you want it to be, what do you really have to offer in this particular area? But Natalie's response to me was mindset. So with that said, I'm like, okay, I think economics, I take my role in What Next seriously. And the Black Excellence Pop-Up CIC has kind of been formed, like from helping different people that we've managed to help, and like making brands put on their first fashion show. So we want to expand on that. So this is literally on the foundation of What Next is CIC. I'm expecting Natalie's going to do a What Next CIC at some point, and it will work in conjunction with the other areas. But in terms of Black economics, this is what the Black Excellence CIC is all about. Us coming together, helping people with branding, helping people to network, putting on events that are going to make not just Diva Choice money, but anybody that comes to trade with us. So if you're a small owned business out there, I think like What Next, the ethos of What Next is, rather than sitting around moaning and complaining, some things have happened to us in terms with Branding Buffet that probably wouldn't be professional to speak about, but what it's reinforced to me is that we have to build our own foundation in terms of economics. We have to have our own resources, and you can't expect like handouts or resources to be given to you. And if they are, they're temporary. Whereas if you build your own infrastructure, it's yours for as long as you keep building on it. So if you are a small owned business, hit us up, follow us on Instagram, hit us up on Facebook. We've got an expressions of interest form, fill it out, and it's going to be subsidized because we won some money. So we're not going to be charging an arm and a leg for a stall to present your brand. Literally, it's going to be subsidized so that we can put you on. So head over to Black Excellence Pop-Up, Black Excellence CIC, follow us on Instagram, register your interest so that you can keep updated with what we've got going on. And I think let's just build and grow together and stop talking about what we so I just saw something come through from you, that so I was wondering if you was trying to tell me something let's just stop talking about the lack of opportunity and create our own, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Stamp, I haven't got a video prepared. We've got to do some videos, but I've been seeing a lot of movement, a lot of people buying their passes, and we're literally 3 months away now. It's not far if you think about it. Natalie's got me all excited because of the hotel that we're going to, and we're going to be covering it as No Bravado, and literally just trying to capture the essence of the trip. And this is another aspect of Black excellence that we're proud to be affiliated with, because Goody hasn't pulled out any stops. What he says he's going to give you, you get. It's going to be opulence for the 7 days, and I am so here for it. I'm really looking forward to it. So I just want to, hey Gary, you can jump on if you want. I just thought, let me stop asking every week before you think I'm taking the piss. But
come on, Gaza.
If you want to jump on, Gaza, you feel free.
We can finish the football top debate. No, I'm joking.
Hey Fidel, hey Ian Burnett, Dennis John is watching. Quite a few people watching. Thank you for joining us today. But yeah, get in touch. Hit us up again on Instagram if you want more information about Stamp. It's a trip for grown folk. It's going to be amazing. The music's going to be amazing. The atmosphere is great. The food is great. You know, it's a country that you have to respect yourself and the country, but it's also relaxed at the same time. I had a great time, and I'm really looking forward to going back. So hit us up if you're interested in more information about Stamp the Abu Dhabi experience. All right, this is the trending topic. Our first topic. I thought we'll go in on.
I'm gonna crack my neck for this one.
Oh, Gary said he's driving. When you stop driving, hit me up, gal. Destiny, Donna Caddle, blessings to all No Bravado family. Blessings to you, sis. So, who's in the wrong? Keke Palmer's boyfriend, Darius Jackson, publicly shames her for outfits she wore to an Usher concert. So, this is the first slide. Then he goes on to say, it's the outfit, though. You're a mum. So, when I saw this, I thought, what's the problem? Do you know what I mean? And why wouldn't you talk to her at home? Then he goes on to say, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and the mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. The glasses. This is my family, my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. So I was like, this dude is a dick. I'm sorry. Don't you live in the same?
She had all her booty cheeks out though, Trish.
Listen,
the whole of her booty was out.
Let me finish. I thought, what a dick. You live in the same house as her.
Yeah.
You got her WhatsApp number. So before you got to flipping Twitter, you couldn't send her a text. Are you dumb? Like, I just thought there was no need for the social media blast.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that.
So then I'm sitting with my mum. I don't know if any of you guys caught the video of my mum and her opinion, right? So I'm sitting with my mum, and then I see this.
No.
And I was like, what?
I saw that from the off, and I said,
I didn't see that from the off.
I saw that from the off.
What I saw was this.
And the way that Usher was looking at her and licking his lips, man.
Usher said, after tonight, don't leave your girl around me, true player, for real. Listen.
He meant that shit, boy.
Listen. Yeah. I clutched my pearls. And again, this is always a realization for me on just how conservative and old I'm getting, because I used to run about in a little risque dress myself.
Yeah, so but with your bum cheeks out like that, though.
No, that's what my mum said.
This is what I'm saying. I would wear that, but I would have more covered up. I would easily wear that and feel no way about wearing that. And I think she looks fantastic due to the fact that she just had a baby the other day. Do you know what I'm saying? She looks brilliant. But that, I think, is too much. But Americans love wear them thong things and all that kind of stuff anyway. That's kind of their way that they dress. But from when I saw that, I thought, nah, that's too much, man. That's too... And you're not on stage. You're not on a show. You're not nothing like that. You're just going out to a concert. It's a bit much. It's a bit too much. But I don't think he shouldn't have blasted her like he blasted her on social media. That was silly. That was absolutely silly. Because, you know, I don't agree with that. But I kind of agree a little bit with what he's saying. Like, I do think that she should covered up a little bit more. I agree with him. I think she should have covered up a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's your take?
Obviously I wouldn't wear that because I wouldn't. I'm just not like that. And it's not my taste. But I don't know. Do your thing, whatever. I'm trying not to be judgmental. My issue is, my only issue with this whole thing is you two have got your issues. I don't know what conversations them two had before, but I just wouldn't take my whole business to social media like that. If that is how you're opening the dialogue with her, that's all. I don't like. I'm not saying how he feels is wrong. I don't think if he can feel how he feels, like 100%. But I just think, why did you do that? Do you know what I mean? And I'm a private person. I would hate to be arguing with my spouse online.
Imagine.
That would piss me off. Yeah, that would piss me off.
Imagine.
Nah,
I remember we had a couple bus argument in the Bravado. We was like, ooh, like, nah, not on Facebook, fam. Like, for people to be having entertainment at your expense.
Yeah.
And with her status, you knew what you was doing when you took that to Twitter.
Yeah, of course he did.
You can't do that. You can't be putting your partner, even if you think your partner's dead wrong. Especially if they're still your partner, I don't even think exes should do it. Let alone if they're still your partner, you don't put them on blast like that. You wait till you get home and you argue it out or whatever. I just think his argument, if I was her, I'm not saying she's right for wearing that, by the way. I'll put that out there. Especially if you know your man and you know you don't like that, or do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Why would you go out like that? And I just don't think it's necessary if you're not on a beach to dress like that. But whatever.
I agree.
But his argument would have died in my head because all I would be arguing with him about is, why did you do that? It seems like they're not together now as well.
Because of that.
It looks like they've broken up. Yeah. But
so they obviously had some sort of issues, because they wouldn't just break up just over that, would they? Really, they've obviously had issues previously. I'm assuming. Yeah,
just a few days before that, she was posting my man, gushing about her man. So that died quick, boy. Don't tell Satan things, man. And he then a few days later that happened, and it seems like he's wiped off all traces of her from her social media and all of that kind of thing. And it's sad. It is really sad. But I do feel like, oh, why did you take it there? I would feel super. His argument kind of got lost in translation.
Yeah.
Just from doing that. That's what I think happened. But I don't think his argument is dead. I think he's got a good argument if he argued that in his living room. Not on
around the kitchen table.
We don't know whether a conversation was had before she left the house, and he's just maybe done that because he was vexed because she did wear it. We don't actually know the background to it.
Yeah, that's true.
She said on social media, like, we don't live in the same house, like you didn't slap my ass before I left the house. So she's like, what the problem's not the dress, because he was videoing her shaking her ass in the leopard skin.
But he was there. He was with her. See, I know.
The problem's not the dress or sexualizing her.
No.
He was. So if your problem, if you're there or not, if you've got a problem with her being over sexualized, you wouldn't have encouraged. You wouldn't have done that. The problem was her spinning around and flipping her hair for Usher. That's what the problem was. And he would have been better off just saying that. So you got your ass out the door and you're spinning around for Usher.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Say it on a WhatsApp, not on Twitter.
Yeah.
But my mum.
And that's the thing. He's come across as a petulant teenager by doing that. No, he is though. He's come across like a you're idiot, because all the man must be thinking like, but bro, like, didn't you see her leave the house, bro, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I was
thinking, if the thing's in Vegas, how did he see her leave the house? But then she put that up.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I just think, not everything is for social media, man. I saw a post today that I'm gonna put in the group in the week that said, "What has social media ruined for you?" And I just think it's the fact that it's not ruined it for me, but what I hate seeing is people crying on there.
Yeah.
Hate that. I hate the fact that you would put on your camera, situate it, then run back to the spot
with lights and everything, innit?
Lights and everything, and then be like, and start crying. I hate that shit with a passion. Not every. I see that a lot of celebrities and their exes argue. If you go on the Shade Room, you can see people going back and forth. Anytime anyone's got a problem with anyone, they take it to social media. I hate to see that. I hate to see that. I just think, I don't understand why you lot are going back and forth. I know you lot have got each other's number. Why you? And then they'll do lives explaining themselves. God forbid I ever do a live explaining myself for an argument I've had with someone. I'm not doing it. I don't care. Think what you think.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. I can't imagine. I don't care how big I got or whatever. I'm not doing it. So all things like that, like you can't even, I don't know, social media, you can't say anything without having to come on there and apologize. If I say something reckless, I mean it.
Yeah.
So if you have to cancel me, because I'd be damned if I stand before a whole bunch of people that don't pay my bills and apologize.
Yeah.
When I don't mean it, just so that I'm not cancelled. So cancel me. But this kind of thing, if he didn't have Twitter or whatever, he would have had to text her, or he would have waited till she got home. So that's what you should have done.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%. There was another lady, I saw it. I can't remember that model that's got she's got vitiligo. Yeah. And
Winnie.
She was there, and then when he came over to sing, she said apparently she jumped in her boyfriend's lap and hugged her boyfriend, and he just carried on.
Do they know how Afra gets down?
Yeah, someone said that he's a menace and he's known for doing it. And Salty's done the same thing. Was like, nope, let me just sip on my Coke. I don't want no problems with my man. So yeah, I guess. Do you think it was inappropriate? What you got there, Natalie? Show me.
Where is it?
Oh, the Marks and Spencer.
Oh, okay. I got this, and I thought of you today.
Oh,
Malibu.
But listen, I found this at the back of my fridge. Do you think it's all right?
You what?
I found it at the back of my fridge just before the show.
Was it unopened?
No,
it was unopened.
Time.
Does it taste all right?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. If it was unopened, it's fine.
It's been there since before I went on holiday, because I have bought one of these.
It's alcohol. It's fine.
It's fine, man. Yeah, how long do you think it's been sitting in the shop for before you bought it?
Well, that's
do you know what I mean?
That's a shame.
No, you can't call in sick now.
But my belly, my stomach hurt.
I'm just here trying to share this thing.
Yeah, no, and Usher's got is Usher's the one? Is he the one that had an STI?
The one that's got the herpes or something, so isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Allegedly, because you have to start to these things. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Listen, the next thing you know, you get flipping lawyer letter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll be like, I said what I said. Usher. Bitch.
Hang on. Look in Facebook and see who. If I was in his shoes, I would feel my missus could I never leave home wearing that. I would blast her before she left. Fidel said that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And Gary says, you know, whose boys were like, bro, did you see your gal?
And you know who would have been saying that to him? The ones with no gal.
Right.
Yeah. This is why I don't. Some people would say that that she's for the streets. So
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, that's a bit much.
You can wear something inappropriate and not be for the streets.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a bit much.
That's what it's just. Social media has just given everybody
so clownish.
Such a flipping opinion and unreasonable and just unrealistic. in some parts.
It's just
as
gone
well.
from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
I don't. Who do you know she's been with like that for her to be on the streets?
Yeah.
The same from you can walk about with your ass out a door like that. You're for the streets.
Yeah, but that's
Have
a
you
bit
been to
much,
51st State?
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
Exactly.
I think she's just loving, like she's just, it kind of happened to me when I turned 30. I felt like I'd grown into my skin and I was just this new empowered woman. And I think having her son and looking as fantastic as she does, she's just living her best life. And it's nice to watch. It's not, postnatal depression. I didn't see it from the back. So did I clutch my pearls when I saw the back? I was like, oh, Kiki. But at the same time, she's young and she's enjoying herself. And like you guys just said, it's not as if she's here, there, and everywhere in the streets, hoeing about the place. But
I just think there's certain items of clothes that you wear when you're out with your man, and there's certain, and then when you're out with your girls, then personally I wouldn't be showing that as much. Do you know what I mean? I think that should have been worn when she was out with him, because obviously he loves her body and all that, because we've seen it, like you said, on social media. So I just personally, I think she should have left that sort of outfit when she's out with him, but that kind of thing.
Right.
I don't think the outfit was inappropriate. It's not inappropriate. It's very normal in somewhere like Vegas, and it's normal. I'm sure there was loads of other girls that kind of was showing a lot as well. But I just think that kind of outfit she should have left for when she was there with her man.
Yeah, and I mean, I try not to judge only because I've not been at my desired weight for so long. When I lose weight and shave my legs, God knows what I'm going to be wearing. I'm telling everyone that from now. So let me shut up before someone.
You won't put your bum cheeks out there.
You ain't going to wear G-string, are you?
I remember when I got my breast reduction, a couple of people around me was like, nah, people are talking on the road, your dress ain't got no front or no back. I was like, I don't give a bumbleclot, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. I'm going to get my tip tape and twirl on your ass. I do not care. And for a period, my dress was either low cut or low back or low front. I lived my best life because I had 2 ginormous boobs that hurt my back. I had to wear a bra with everything. I could only imagine and dream like Cinderella what it would be like to wear a dress without a bra. And the moment I was able to do it, I lost my mind for a period of time. I did. But so yeah, I think she's just living her best life and enjoying herself.
I know what it's like. I mean, I was the same after I had my girls and that. I mean, I was 20 stone when I was pregnant with my twins. And afterwards, when I lost all the weight and I was slim again, you know what I mean? But
you never had your bum cheeks out the door.
Yeah, I never had my bottom out. Do you know what I mean? So I do get it. But this is what I'm saying. Again, Americans and Vegas is like its own little world. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even America. It's its own little playground. If any of you have ever been to Vegas, Vegas is wild. Like, you will see people walking down there with a G-string on alone. Do you know what I'm saying? Down the street.
I haven't been to Vegas.
Wild they are. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. But even if she'd have covered it up a little piece, you know what I mean? Like, just a little piece. Yeah. So but yeah.
Asia's asking, would it have been appropriate by a pool instead?
Yes, or on the beach, because people wear G-strings on the beach all the time. It's standard on the beach, isn't it?
See, my mum's of the ilk that it's not even appropriate on the beach. Cover up your ass. And in Barbados, I've heard like an older person say to a younger person, "Look, there's kids out here. Cover up yourself." They take it. They take offense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, Esther K, I don't know who she is, but she's some sort of a celebrity. She's got her blue tick and all that. She said, we're in trouble when we're where the world has convinced a man that he is insecure because he doesn't want the mother of his child to leave the house dressed like this.
You see, I don't think he's insecure. I
don't think he's insecure.
He
because otherwise, if he was insecure, she would have not have gone to Usher at all.
Yeah,
she wouldn't have gone. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's insecure. I think that's what people are painting him out to be, because, like Natalie said, it's got lost in translation. Do you know what I mean? He put her on blast on social media. So he's come across like insecure, like I said, like a petulant little young boy that doesn't know himself, when really he just doesn't want his mother of his child to have her bottom out.
Every time I see Usher's face, the beat comes into my head. After tonight, don't leave your girl around me to play it for real. It just comes into my head every time I see it. Like, I'm
he loved licking lips as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, yeah, it's a bit, little
she
bit.
Was doing the most. She was enjoying herself.
Yeah, no,
was it appropriate? Probably not. Like, but yeah, I just don't put it on Facebook or social media.
Don't do that, because I wouldn't care after that.
Huh?
I wouldn't care. I think I'd go into my ignorant bag after that and be like, I don't care. Don't chat to me. You are now in the wrong.
Randolph Lee said, "Well, Spice did skin out on the BET Awards. I watched that. Actually, we should have covered that. I should have put it in. Did anyone see it?
No.
So Busta Rhymes won his Lifetime Achievement Award. And
I saw that bit.
He's of Jamaican heritage, so he brought out Cutty Ranks and a whole bag of like the guy that you like, the only guy, the record guy that you play.
Dexter.
Yeah, and he grabbed off Stigler. He brought him out. He brought out a few of them. And then Spice come out and was skinning at herself, and that was like, oh, come on, Spice, man, you like.
Yeah, but that's normal for Spice, isn't it? It's not. But
they're trying to say that it shouldn't be. Why should it be? It just, she was out of breath. They were like, because you're the queen of dancehall, focus on delivery. Focus on too much shock value. You don't need it. Like, my opinion was, well, that's what they do, innit? They skin out. But it did seem
forced.
The splits, so, and just as you recover from the splits, you look like it was just a lot. Do you know what I mean?
She is too much. She is.
It was just a lot. So they're saying, well, Spice did skin out at the BET Awards, so that's fine. Vanessa Price said, I agree. He has every right to feel that way. I don't think he should feel the need to express it on social media. What happens in a relationship should be private. How did he meet her? How did he not see her outfit prior to the event? Disrespect goes both ways here. Sean Levy said, I'm a fool. He's right to be vexed, but to discuss it with her alone and not lavish his business on Facebook all over Bill Gates' internet. You soon see how them mash up relationship and should go and find next man. If you have a complaint about your partner, take it up with them, not all on Instagram. This modern life is stupidness.
Yeah.
Colin Williams said, surely the conversation should have been had before she left the house. So it was refreshing to see men saying, you know what? Why didn't he say something to her before? Do you know what I mean? Daniel Hawkins comes in and says 100%. Like, if you felt that strongly about it, you're not leaving the house, you know, my friend. Franco Harriet said, the double standard is Mazza here. It's okay for Kiki to express herself, but for Darius, fuck out of here. So she can express herself, but he can't.
It's different, though, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit different in the
different contexts.
Right.
Yeah. He's expressing his discontent with something. He's expressing an issue that he has with his partner to everybody. She didn't do that. She was just, hers was purely about her. Style, self-expression, whatever you want to call it. It was just like, why would you do that?
Asia said he probably didn't see her outfit until it was on social media. But as I was saying earlier, Asia, that on the Shade Room, I think it was, I saw that she had put up that he slapped her ass before she left the yard. So maybe before she left the hotel in Mirador. But that's what she said. It's not as if you didn't see the outfit. So it's not about my outfit. It's not about that. Let's be real. Jason Deep said, if the man gets told he's a hater, So he's already had the discussion with her. If she's going to disregard his opinion and wish and still showcase in public the very thing he doesn't want showcased, why should he refrain from making his complaint public? Why should he allow his friends, family members of the public to believe he is okay with her dressing that way if he's not? Out of loyalty, question mark. Loyalty would have made her change her outfit if it really mattered that much. Kiss my teeth. How did she leave the house? Says Negus. Jason Deep says, what more could he have done short of tearing off the outfit and locking her in the yard? So Negus said, my point is, he was speaking to her at home. Why online?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Davina said, whenever I read shit like this, I'm convinced it's not necessarily about the person, about how the person is feeling, and more about just wanting to publicly shame the other. It's all about clout, in my opinion. Silver Fox said, some women will do what they want regardless of their men, what their men might think of them. Unfortunately, somehow when a woman tells a man on what he wants or do where, we should listen. Interesting. I don't know, but I think I get what he's trying to say. If a woman says something,
tell me what you want to tell me, just not by megaphone. Why
exactly.
have you got to tell everybody? It's not about he can't tell her or he can't feel away. That's what I think there's missing. You are publicly blasting me like we don't live together, like we don't share a child, like we can't chat offline. Like this could have been an argument that we have. We might not talk for a couple of days, or we might take it in, we might not, and then that's it. And now it's all blown out of proportion. And I bet you lot have split up or thingy because of the pressure of social media. You've taken it there now.
Yeah, exactly.
You've taken it there now.
Yeah.
So you're going to have all that pressure of socials and everyone's got an opinion. And they've obviously, I reckon they would have taken some of that on.
Yeah.
They would have taken some of that on. It's mad.
Yeah. Can someone else read the rest of the comments for me?
Yeah, Mark Swain said, having a conversation about standards and what's expected, tolerated by both people in a relationship should be pretty basic communication, to be honest. I would imagine if another beautiful woman with fantastic arse cheeks was showing out and rubbing all over her man, Kiki would lose her shit also. But having said that, this was definitely a convo for them to have at home, not on the internet. Sarita said, he embarrassed her and demeaned her. John Watson said, I've seen worse walking down the high street and certain dances. But if it was me, ain't no way I'm going to put her on blast on Twitter because I'm the lucky guy who'll be taking it off when she gets home. Vanessa said, your attire and how you look is a representation of you in your relationship if you're in one. The outfit is uncalled for. This is not a movie role or performance. Kiki decided to wear this outfit and it definitely disrespected her as a woman, new mother and her partner. If her bum was covered, that would be different. But look at Usher's face. He's looking at her like she's an Achian swordfish. That's his right because she's presented herself in a way that will gain such attention. A woman in a beautiful outfit demands attention no matter what the outfit is. Representation matters. Rico Sosa said, just saying, when I'm married and if I'm married, I'm sorry, but my wife can't be moving or walking around like that. Sorry. Have respect for our marriage. Little Miss Simpson said, bless your mummy. I can see why he'd feel some type of way about the dress. It shows way more than necessary, but posting his gripes on Facebook is a proper Mitch move. I'm not sure if the dress itself that vexed him though. Much as she may not have anticipated Usher pulling her out the crowd, Kiki P was all up in the invitation, and that's what I think really got his goat.
Yeah.
Having said all that, if you as a woman choose to wear something that you like and see no problem with, should your man have the right to tell you to remove it?
What do you think?
If it's blatantly disrespectful like that, I would.
Yeah. Someone asked me.
If it's not disrespectful and you're just being absolutely pedantic and it might show a little, you can get out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because it's a thin line. I just think there's a thin line. I think if something like that, and my man didn't, I won't wear something like that, even as slim. But if my man didn't like something like that, I'd get it. But if I've got like this on and it's like, I don't like it because you've got a bit of cleavage, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
Like there's got to be like a hard balance. You're not gonna tell me what to wear constantly, but you know, if I can see that it's just it, you know, it could be thingy, then yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Yeah. A conversation would have to be had, but nah, it's yeah. I don't think that, even though I think it was a bit much personally, I don't think she was disrespecting herself as a woman or as a new mum or anything like that. I think that's a bit strong to say. But I kind of get what I do understand the point that they're making. Do you know what I mean? If I wear something, if I put something on and my husband says, "Oh, I don't know," you'd have to explain to me why and you know, give me valid reasons, not just like you said, "Oh, showing a bit too much chest." What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Unless I'm showing all my titty them, then really you've got nothing to complain about. Do you know what I mean? You know, so yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a hard one though.
It's a hard one. I just think he invited so many people into their relationship the moment he done that.
Yeah.
Then it's hard to kind of go back.
Yeah.
It's hard for you then to go back on that and just sort it out as a couple. Now you've got a quadrillion people up in your business putting their 55 cents in. When I was with my partner, I didn't tell everyone every argument we had.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear everyone's opinion all the time.
Donna Murray Turner, hey babe, hope you're doing well. Love you to bits. Hope everything's going well with the family. She says simply her man is an idiot. I just love this group. Colin Williams said he shouldn't blast her in public. When my parents had an argument, no one knew. And what's going to happen next time she goes out? Yeah, like you said, Natalie, he's kind of crossed the line with that.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's not, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's Vegas and all that. So girls would wear that, women would wear that, and up and down the strip, you'd see a lot more than that. You go to flipping certain restaurants and there's girls in G-strings and little string things on dancing around. Do you know what I mean? So it's not unusual, but he just should never have done that. Never.
Yeah, it shows lack of responsibility to be with a celebrity as well, because
there you go.
Yeah, you know what time it is when you do things like that. You know what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? So it just showed lack of responsibility. It just wasn't smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what else they had to say.
I see it said on here, why was there not the same uproar when Gabrielle Union wore the see-through dress on the red carpet looking like a metal string vest? Because Dwayne was standing next to her and he never blasted her on social media. That's why
was it Gabrielle Union or was it what's her face? The dancer?
Gabrielle Union.
It was Gabrielle Union. Literally, it was there was, I mean, she wasn't.
I'm sure Sierra did it as well and they were all saying Russell was a simp for it.
Yeah, I remember.
Who done it?
Sierra.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I think it was worse than that.
It was.
Yeah.
But you're right. Her man was standing next to her with no problem.
That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. If he was there next to her, sitting there with her, there wouldn't have been no issue, would there? There wouldn't have been no issue. So
don't take my things to social media, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
That's where we've got a problem all day. He can think what he wants to think. Do your thing. She can wear what she wants to wear, but don't take it. They seem like, why did you take it there? I'm having issues on social. I just hate things like that.
Yeah. Silly.
Yeah, they're saying the man was with them and she weren't hugging up. People broke it down. They done the body language. They showed that Usher kept his towel in his hand and he didn't touch her booty. Usher turned his body out. All kinds of breakdowns, boy. It was
when she done the whoosh, and she
just spun around. Yeah. It caused mayhem. It could have just been a discussion at home, and it may have even brimmed into an argument. I said to my mum, I don't think he should have put it on social media. So mum was like, same as the Jason Deeps said, he may have tried to have a conversation with her and she's just not listening. So then he put it on. So I said, so he had a right to put it on social media. Like, why didn't you just tell her mama? And she was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe her mama runs about with her knickers as well. I don't know. But my mum's funny. But I don't know. It just showed to me. I just felt like it was a Mitch move, as someone said. You know, it showed lack of maturity. Chat to your woman.
Yeah.
And if she's not listening to you, then that's that's an issue differently.
Yeah.
If she doesn't respect your opinion, but
it's not a channel of communication for your
But
spouse.
She's a trending topic now. So another thing my mum said to me is, do you think it was a something between them to make them trend?
Bustle up. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But who knows what goes through people's minds?
Yeah.
Who actually knows? Because not less. How old was the baby? A couple months ago, we saw her lying down and giving birth, and pictures of her when she just gave birth and stuff like that. So you know, that's what they do, isn't it? It seems like it's what they do with each other. So hey,
yeah. All right. Next topic, because we will be on that forever. So this post caused some violence, and when I was looking through the comments to do the slideshow, my God, Natalie, we've got to get on it, or we've got to get some moderators or something, because some of the things we've really missed.
Right.
It got very violent in the comments. I've not even featured it.
I stopped looking after a while.
I only noticed it today. Yeah, I only noticed it today. Some of it got very personal, and I then typed a message like just basically saying we can disagree on things, but it doesn't need to get like this. It got very
we've said this before.
Very personal. All because I didn't put the full conversations up. They're still in the group, but I reckon we'll talk about this off air, Nat, but we're gonna have to monitor, and like offenders have to just get dash out, like, because I love the fact that our group just say it as they see it. It's the most realist, rawest group ever. Yeah. What I do have an issue with is the suck your mother and the this and the that. That's and you're a simp and like,
because unless you
out of here, if I catch you in these streets now, then you're gonna be saying like just come on. Just have some respect and agree to disagree. And like Facebook makes the world very small. So what you wouldn't say to someone in their face, don't be putting a finger in it out here on the internet streets. Don't be doing it.
What did Steph London say? No man can tell me about my mother. Tell me that on social media, I will catch you. I don't play.
You gotta watch what you're saying out here. But the post that caused. Go on.
Don't create that. This is not what the group's about either. And I don't understand how anyone in a group that's not related or that's not thingy can start arguing with each other. You don't share kids. Stop arguing.
Yeah.
Just have your opinion and you have yours. You don't share kids. You don't share a household. They're allowed to have their opinion, even if you think it's stupid, and you're allowed to have yours without insulting each other. It's not going to affect each other's opinion is exactly what it is. It's not going to affect your life. It's not going to affect your children personally. That person's opinion, there is no need.
Absolutely.
There's no need. That's not, it's a topical debate. If you can't debate, come out.
Yeah.
You can't tell me suck my mum. If that's what people are doing, you can't tell me that.
Suck your mother. I didn't put it on here, but when you get a chance, go back and have a look. But it's that's not what it's about. So
you can't debate, then don't do it.
Exactly.
Could someone say to you like that for you to tell them to suck their mum? You don't share children. You're not fighting over surname custody right now.
Yeah, it's a madness.
Whatever. Like it's not something that affects you two's life together. I'll have to have a look through and see what it is.
Yeah, have a read. It was
it's not that
Nova
deep.
Flip and two separate people that kind of went off on him because he gave.
They're always getting onto him.
Because But anyway, given the baby that you birthed, the dad's last name, when you don't even have his last name would always be so weird to me. 1, women and their kids are not a man's property. 2, we are the ones who are pregnant and give birth. 3, men are not more important than women. 4, I refuse to have a different last name than my child should anything happen between me and my husband.
I didn't understand that last bit. What do you mean? If he's your husband, does that mean you haven't taken his name? And I know some women don't. So I was a bit confused by that last bit. So if you're married and you haven't changed your name, so then you give your
I guess
child.
what she's saying is, reading it, I think she's saying, like, if I've given my child, we've all got my husband's surname, then me and my husband break up, I'm going to have to give back his name, but my child will still have his name.
You don't have to give back his name. You don't. When you get divorced, you can keep
that's
it.
what
It's yours.
That's what she's saying.
If you change your name, that is. So I know some women don't. So
just don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but I mean, this person's saying that they're not. You don't belong to the man. The kids don't belong to the man. But then are you saying that they belong to you?
Well, she's saying it's you guys that well, I say you guys because I ain't got kids, but not that I'm not a woman, but I haven't got kids. But she's saying if I've carried it for 9 months, gone through the body, the stretching out and all of the rest of it, then it's my child. But I don't agree with that because you need the father's seed in order to have this child.
It isn't your child. And if you feel that way, and I know loads of people that do, they double barrel their children's names. So they have both names. And that's it. End of argument.
Yeah.
You double barrel it.
That would be the
yeah. I just don't get it. Like, you know, everyone has a personal feelings for that, don't they? You know?
Yeah, Collins Williams is saying, are they not the man's property? Is she for real? Hazel, my stepsister, how you doing, sweetheart? She said, I never had a problem with giving children their father's surname until last year when my friend had an argument with her baby father and he held onto the child as of today, she can't get her back because she has his surname.
That don't make sense to me. That don't make no sense. None at all.
Got to be more to it than that.
It's got to be. A man can't keep a child because it's got his surname. That doesn't make
rip his whole door off as well.
That doesn't make any sense because, you know, like parental responsibility, unless you're married, it's given to the man. It's automatically given to the woman if you're unmarried.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
right. Well, men are not a bit.
Just
read what them say. Abba Bruce said, I can understand this to an extent. I thought she had some points to an extent. I mean, for me, let me just remove this for a minute before we go. For me, I think I can do most things. I was talking to Natalie yesterday. I'm literally at a new kind of point in my life where I feel like I'm rebuilding and just doing me, just rebuilding and just looking at life and looking at the crossroads and different avenues I'm going to take. But people will tell you I've had many knockbacks in life, but I might be like, but I'll get up. At some point, I'm going to get up. And when I get up, it's problems. We all know that. I'm going to come back full force. I'm going to go full throttle. We all know I'm going to go for it until I die. That's literally been it. But this last kind of stint it's winded me a bit. And it has really, I've had to stop and take stock. So I say all of that to say there's not much I don't think I can do in life independently. But having children was one of the things where I was just like, I know having an absent father, how that kind of affected me, because my heart broke when my dad left. And I just felt like my mum was a great mum and she's raised me to be the woman that I am today. But for a period of time, until you manage to fill that void, there's a void with an absent dad. So I've always wanted to be married and have kids, and that really never transpired. And also, if you have kids with someone and it doesn't work out, that they're not going to start fucking about because they're not with the mum anymore. And I've seen it time and time again with different friends. It's like I can put you all, it's like I'm speaking to the same person. You all say the same thing. You didn't expect this to happen, but it's happened. You didn't expect, everything was fine when they were in the relationship, but now that we're not in the relationship, you're seeing movements that you didn't expect. And it's not just one and two women, it's different women that I speak to. So I say all of that to say that I think if you feel that strongly about it, don't have kids unless you're married, or double barrel the name.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's the answer. That is the answer. Do you know what I mean? That is actually the answer. Colin Williams has said, like, to you, Trish, but your dad never left you. But I know, like you, actually, he probably did leave you because you said he was absent.
Do you know what I mean? What do you mean by that, Colin?
I'm thinking what he's saying is that your mum and your dad broke up, but he was always your dad. Do you know what I mean? But then
he wasn't there.
Exactly. Yeah. So it is like he left you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
He went to a whole other country to live when I was 4, and I didn't see him again until I was 11. So he left my mum, but in at the same time when he left my mum, he left me because I was left in my mum's parental responsibility, and he wasn't there. So my mum was a constant. Every day I would wake up and I could rely on my mum for parental kind of guidance and care, whereas my dad was in a whole different continent. So
and that is the thing with some, I'm not going to say all, some men, that's what happens when they break up with the mother. They are leaving the kids. They don't see the kids and this, that, and the other. So not all men are like that, and I know that for sure. But there are a lot of men out there that do leave the woman, or they break up with the woman, or the woman doesn't want to be with them. So they're just like, oh well, fuck you then, and your kids, because that's what they will say. Your kids, the kids that you made with them. Do you know what I'm saying? So it does happen. Do you know what I mean? And that's the horrible thing about it. Do you know what I mean? That is the horrible thing about it. Whether you're married or not, doesn't matter. Married men do it too. So let's not act like being married is to us, it probably thinks it's a bit more secure, but a married man can get up and walk away same way that an unmarried man can. So,
Yeah.
So
I'm not really fussed about that. I'm not fussed about it. I just never really was fussed about it, and I'm not having no more children, so it don't matter. That's how I feel. Like,
well, my girls have got their dad's name, so they never had my name, and we never got married, so they have always had a different name to me, always. But that, to me, do you know what? That never mean nothing. They're still my kids. Do you understand what I'm saying? I still looked after them. They were still with me all the time, even when we broke up. Things got a bit techie and all that, but that made no difference. Them having a different surname to me didn't make a difference. Actually, they are still my girls. I still brought them up. We're still as close as ever, and it doesn't matter. One of them's now got married and changed her whole name completely anyway. Do you know what I mean? The dad actually asked her to double barrel her married name. She said, "Get away with it."
Yeah. Oh, she did? No,
she told him to get on his bike, get lost.
Right.
Because he said he wanted her to keep the name and this and the other. She said no. I'm same. She said the same way that mum gave me your name, I'm going to get married and take my husband's name. And when we have children, they're going to have our name. That's it. And that's what she said. End of. Do you know what I mean? So, nah. But, again, then I got married, and my husband was of the thing, like, he wanted his wife to have his children because he wanted everyone to have the same surname and this, that, and that. So I see the point. Do you know what I mean?
I see the point, yeah.
I do see the point. I totally see the point. But I think, when I was 20 and having my twins, it made not a lot of difference to me. All right, that you want to give him your name, give him your name. He was on the birth certificate. He came with me. Obviously, we weren't married. So, when you're unmarried, they have to be there to sign the birth certificate in person. But when I had the boys and because I was married, he could take the information, take the birth certificate and go to the registry office and do this thing himself. Do you know what I mean? He could put his name down on it. It didn't make a difference. Yeah. But I don't think it makes like I said, it wasn't a big thing to me. It didn't bother me that they had a different surname to me and all that business. A lot of people used to say, oh, when you take them on holiday, you'll have to get a letter of consent. And never.
Yeah, I
no
just
one
took
never
my kids
asked
on
me
holiday.
who are they or whatever. Don't matter. Does not matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's that? Father usually has parental responsibility if he's either married to the child's mother listed on the birth certificate after a certain date, depending on what date is that? Because when I had my kids, we had to go and sign over for him to get parental responsibility with a solicitor. So I don't know if that has changed. That must have been a recent change. But yeah, I don't think it really. I think it matters more to the man.
The law has changed. Some people are saying the law has changed.
Yeah, well, so I see. But I'm married now, and I've been married for 15 years, so it didn't, now it
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see what our no bravado mess. Can someone else read this for me?
Hakeem Stevens says, sounds like she thinks kids are women's property. That's what I said, isn't it? By use of her language. Scary. This is how children become weaponized in arguments. Exactly. That is a good point, actually.
Yeah, it is a good point.
It is a good point. That's what I'm saying, because she's saying they don't belong to the man. So are you saying that they belong to you? Like everyone's saying, you can't have a child without a man. So the children belong to both of you. They're our children. You know what I mean? Nick says, how will she have a different name to her kids and husband if they are married unless she didn't take his name? Anyway, there's a simple solution. The children have a double-barreled surname. There you go. Melinda says, a surname does not change who they belong to. And then Dion says, her thinking's weird to me, to be honest. Her children would have a different surname if she married in the future anyway. So that point is lost on me. Unless she doesn't intend on taking her husband's name, I see nothing wrong with giving dad's surname or double barreling like I did with my son. Choices. And that's it. You've got a choice.
Choices, exactly. It's just cantankerous for no reason.
And it's down to you.
Making
these are the conversations that are supposed to be had before you start breed up and all them kind of things anyway. Do you know what I mean? This is the thing. People just, get together and whatever. Then, I'm pregnant. And then there's confusion and there's stuff that come up because it's not been discussed, or it's not even... Nothing's been discussed about the future or having children or anything like that. So,
yeah. What was you going to say, Natalie?
No, I just think it's just a dead argument. That's what I think. I think what the woman's put up there, I feel like she's just being cantankerous for no reason. Let fucking people do what they want to do. You can't tell people, I don't know why you would do that. That's your business. So if you don't want to do it, do it. If people want to double barrel, let them double barrel. If they want to take the mum's name, let them take the mum's. It's really not that deep. There's other things there's so much other things with regards to having kids with someone and all of that you need to be worrying about. She tried to make, I felt like I got the energy that she tried to make it this cantankerous thing, like tried to make this like an issue where it isn't really an issue, and people just kind of do it what best suits them anyway. I mean, it's all. I've sat there once in my life and thought, "Fuck me." I had my daughter when I was very young. She's got her dad's surname. That was very young. I was like 17. We split up obviously early. Then I got with my ex. We was together like 10, 11 years. And we were engaged. We had 2 kids. They took his surname. We split up before we ended up getting married. I kept my surname. So in that melting pot at one point, well, there's like 3 surnames in the yard, and none of them are mine. But I never felt less. It's like we joke about fucking going to get the passport done with all these different surnames. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kept thinking, but it never ever felt like a.
They never felt like they're not your children.
Yeah, it never felt like they look like me.
Exactly.
Like it just doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change who they are. And I just, because I'm not having, I think because I know I'm not having no more kids, I'm just like, okay.
That's it.
I just think
and if you do go on to marry Natalie and change your name to your husband's name, that's a next surname in the mix now. You know?
Yeah. Boy, I forget Dash. I'm not double barreling. I don't business. I love my family to death, but I don't care about things like that.
That's what I said.
I don't business.
I want to keep Blake, to be fair.
Do you?
I want a double barrel. If I get married, I want a double barrel. I want to keep Blake. Trisha Blake, blah, blah.
Something. Yeah.
I'm Trisha Blake. That's me.
I think I've gone a lot by my middle name as well. So whether my surname's there or not, it's just like. But yeah, like you said, you're Trisha Blake. My mum's not a petty person. She's not a petty person. But when I was 2, she changed my surname back to hers. That's it. So why did you do that? So I could have been someone else anyway. And the way you can just chop and change things anyway, it just shows you, not in a rude way, that it's just not that deep.
It's not. It's really not.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it is. I don't actually, like, so I know someone had a child was double-barreled surname, then they got married, and then he added her name to his name, so they all had the same name.
I'm not doing that. I can't be asked.
No.
I can't be asked. And I'm not being funny. She says at the beginning of it, what did she say? I don't know how you can birth a child. So if it takes the dad's surname, no one's going to think the dad birthed the child. Like, exactly. It's a dead argument.
Yeah.
You know
I got what she was saying. It's like, we go through all of this, and in some cases you have to fight, man, to flipping come and register for the picnic and all these things. Why are you doing that when you go through all of that? Like, but I think her argument's dead, because I still feel like if you feel that strongly about it, get married before you have kids. Yeah. And double barrel surname.
Or pick up your name, because I'm saying, if you've got to fight for the man to come, and you're this and you're that, and he's a waste man and he's whatever, you give them your name straight away. There's no argument. No argument. You've got no leg to stand on, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, some women don't even know the man's surname. Oh. Just give them yours.
No.
And done. I just think people are going to do what's best for their situation, their living situation, and their family situation, and it doesn't make them stupid for giving the kids their surname. And obviously, I'm going to scream that from the rooftops, because both of mine have their dad's surname.
Yeah, exactly.
Desmond says, "What? If I get married and you're not taking my surname, we can simply live together. We don't need to get married. Old school." Yeah, I get that, because that is, I suppose, part of the whole marriage tradition is taking the names. But I would want a double barrel. I'd want to keep Blake.
Yeah, but some women don't want to change their name at all.
Yeah.
Even though they're married and we're already going to keep their same surname. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't want is my man to take my surname. No, I would blame. That's the only thing
I have 2 kids and both have different surnames, and I have my surname. They are still my kids. No one can question me. They both look like me, says Charlena Joseph. Good evening, Charlena. Thank you for joining.
Hey, Char. I know Char. We grew up together.
Have you spoken to Murphy? I think the kids need to have the dad's name, even if it's used as a middle, so that they know who their family are and they don't end up in a relationship with them, says Jenny. Sunshine Sterling. Good evening, sweetheart.
I don't understand that. What do you mean?
Just make a picnic, them know who they are, isn't it?
Yeah, so but a name doesn't confirm that, though. Having your dad's surname doesn't mean that you're going to know the family or know who they are.
Yeah, but if I ran into someone, because there are loads of Blakes out there, the first thing I'm asking them is where they're from. And who's their family? I mean, if I ran into a Blake, a guy that I was romantically interested in, I want to know where your lineage is from, mate. Because I'm a Blake. So, and there's loads of them out there.
But what if that guy had his mum's surname? He could still be your family. Do you understand?
Yeah, but you'd want to know. It would spark conversation. You'd want to know. So if it's still your family, either mum or dad's, you'd still want to know because he's still going to be your family through mum or dad.
But I think you can.
I don't want to be sleeping with my cousin.
I could just know my dad's surname and that without having to have it. And then ask. And when I hear people are Thomas, I don't even bother ask because Thomas is just too much of a bait surname, so I don't even care.
Yeah,
I don't even ask. It's just too much. It's too it's there's too many people. But if I hear someone's Roya now, I'm like, wait a minute.
Where you from? Yeah, what's happening?
That's an odd surname. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes I think people put things on the internet as well for these kind of topical debates, and it feels like it's more of that than sensical, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, anyway.
Yeah. I don't know.
Charlena said, I also got married, now divorced. Thank God I kept my own surname. Bloop.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? All right. What else did they say? What else did our crew say? So we read these ones, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donna said, I see a point. When I'm married, I didn't take my husband's name. Our son has both of our names. If I marry again, I'd still not take on the man's name. It's giving ownership, and the woman and our children are no longer the chattels of men.
No, they're not. And I don't, I get her point, because that is the traditional thing about being married and the man your dad walking you down the aisle and giving you away and handing you over to the husband. And so I do get that it's all centered around the patriarchy and it's centered around men. I understand that, but I don't think it's the same anymore. I don't think. Maybe there are probably some men out there that are thinking like that. So.
Like that, maybe.
Yeah.
No, so this is where the violence came in. I didn't post the violence here, but so Nova simply says, fair point. I think whatever people choose is okay, but it is wrong that we default to the man's. But it is wrong that we default to the man's name. So Sean Levy says, does your lovely children have double-barreled surname? So Nova Flip said, no. It said, when my child was born, I would stand for nothing other than my name only, says Nova. As an adult with understanding of misogyny, I don't feel the same anymore. If I had kids now, I'd be okay with that. And then it went all the way left.
You sound like a simp. Oh my gosh, that's
it went all the way left. And then somebody else said, this is somebody else. Him and Sean Levy had an argument, and then Trini, this person says, you sound like a simp, just stop. And I'm like, why does he sound like a simp? Because
he's maturing.
Yeah, and what people don't understand about Nova, he really is about that life. Like, he doesn't say things he's not a what's that boy's name?
He's not a clickbaiter.
Derek Jackson or a thingy.
Yeah.
You have to know his life. You have to know him to understand. He's not saying things to click. He is just seen a lot of things that he does not like in his life, and the way that society thinks, and he's not afraid to go against the grain, and he doesn't care. Like, he really is about that life. He's not saying things for clicks and likes. He's not saying things for a simp. He can hold his own. He's not going to let no woman treat him like no idiot just because he talks up for a woman. He's not that guy. And I think when guys see him sticking up for women, they immediately attack him all the time. But this happens to him all the time. But again, he's not a simp. He doesn't let anyone talk to him like no idiot. Women, man, do you know what I mean? It's not like he lets women do what they want to him to get with women or to. He's not like that. He just really has his own opinion, and it's just not like a lot of you men. Get over it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him all these other things. He's just got a deeper insight into things because of different things that he's seen, how he was raised, and that is allowed. And if they're not talking like Kevin Samuels, they're a simp. I just can't stand it.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah,
it is really bad. All right. So Nova said, Trini sound like better sound like it's better you're a simp. The only term that implies to less intelligence, but exclusively used by people of a lower IQ than who they're talking to. He said talking for likes, for clicks and likes is really weak. No wonder why society is so lame.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
he said, "You atted me, bum." Uh, and then it went on. And yeah, we're gonna have to like get moderators or something, someone to check over them at least once a week and
Yeah.
give a
I'll
few people.
moderate for you, Trish.
Would ya?
I'll
Yeah,
moderate for
we
you.
need it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you're gonna have
That's
to take a check.
ridiculous.
No, when I read it got violent between
Yeah,
him and
I
his
stopped reading it after a while because I
I
just
was
thought,
like, oh
why?
my god, like no, I left a comment today saying nah, that we don't do that here. Anyway, Lorene said I gave my children the surname of their dad. We're not together. It's been 3.5 years now. It doesn't bother me that they have his surname. I just appreciate the fact that I have two gorgeous children. No matter what adults go through, raising children are they are my pride and joy. Everyone sees life through their own eyes. Fair
Exactly.
enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Vanessa said, my children have both surnames. Whatever the situation, my child would always be connected to their families on both sides. I did not give my children one surname because they were created by two people. Their names reflect that. Nick said, me too. Akachi Turner said, double barrel. Men love to make the child have last name. Marry the mum then, because if that's the child's female, then she marries won't be carrying no one's name. Devon Danvers said, it's hard. It's a hard one, but she feels like this have a double barrel. Most men like their kids to have their surnames. The girls will sometimes get married and take on the husband's surname, but the boys will keep the surname. She sounds a bit selfish, or she might have 3 kids by 3 different men, so it's easier to have her surname. It looks better on her.
Bomba Clark. Look at my face.
Oh God. With this flipping group. I love that though. Sean said double-barreled surname, more stupid fuckery. Keep your foolishness over there, please.
Oh wow.
So Davina said, and why not? It takes 2 to make a child, but it takes 1 to carry the child, go through the extreme body change. And do you know, right, that pregnancy can also kill? It takes 1 to have their genitalia stretched beyond what you could ever imagine. It takes 1 to go through excruciating pain and to bring said child into this world. Why shouldn't said child also carry mother's name as well as father's?
Yeah, and again, that's personal feeling. And if you feel like that, if you feel that strongly, give them your surname or double the surname.
That's just something the mum and dad have to figure
discuss
out.
Exactly.
Yeah, in that situation, I don't think it's anyone's business.
Yeah,
but I think it's literally a personal choice.
It's not a given, is it? It's not a given.
No.
You know,
let the people.
I bet someone else read these out.
You know what? Actually, you can actually give your child any name. Any name. You can call him your road outside name. You don't have to give them your surname.
Because I was thinking that didn't Beyonce name didn't Beyonce name her son Sir Carter?
His name is
okay, so his name is Sir.
His name is Sir. Yeah, that's his name.
All right, because I was like, his name would be Sir Carter. Like, is it Carter? But his name is Sir, basically.
His name is Sir. Yeah. Look at all them people that name their child Apple, Blue, and all of them business. You can call your child what you want. They don't even
they can grow up, have a mental breakdown, and
change their name by default.
Yeah. Like you can call yourself whatever you want. I think I can see that Sean Levy's saying to Davina Caborn, because it's not the done thing. What is the done thing? This is another thing. I'll go into that. The done thing, no one can't tell me what the done thing is. When it comes to my picnic, the done thing is whatever I say.
Do. Exactly.
Because it's my children and not everyone else's. But he said, because it's not the done thing. In every culture, race and religion, the child has the father's surname. If the culture, race or religion doesn't have surnames, then the man's family name. it is very disingenuous that this generation of the absolute worst generation of women feel as though they can spit in the face of our ancestors just because they feel they can. It's pathetic if you ask me. And this foolishness can only exist where weak, pathetic, pussy-hole men reside. Weak, pathetic, pussy-hole men that abandon the children they created. Weak, pathetic, pussy-hole men who in turn also spit in the face of our ancestors by not being protectors and providers for children they have sired. This entire debate is mute because in places other than the West, such debates couldn't even be deemed about, much less spoken on a public forum. But I know in certain cultures where every single person, especially certain African cultures, people that I grew up with, so there's 4 of them in the family, each kid, they've all got the same mum and dad, but they have certain different surnames.
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
Uganda and Tanzania. Yeah, they've all got different surnames.
Yeah.
They don't even carry the same surname, even though they've got the same mum and dad. So it's not, I don't like, I don't know. And I don't think it's a spit in the face of your ancestors thing. I don't think there's a done thing because no one's telling me what the done thing is when it comes to my children. This is something that is between me and their dad.
And let's remember, these names that we're carrying were not our ancestors' names in the first place. Yeah,
that part
wasn't even our ancestors' name. So my maiden name is McFarlane. That's not my ancestor's name. That's the slave master's name.
That's your Scottish slave master's name. The same way Royer is a French name because we were French colonizers.
Exactly.
Yeah, Thomas is definitely not black. Like, it's definitely not of Caribbean, African descent. So I just think to myself, and to say it's pathetic, I just think it's just a little bit strong. I just think it is. So if someone chooses not to do that, this is what it makes them. I don't think that's the case.
And it makes the dad a pussy-o, does it? If your kid's got their mom's name, then you're a pussy-o.
I thought he had a point, like weak, pathetic men that abandon their children that they created. They leave room for these kind of debates. So that's what he's saying. If you stand, that if you stand by your kids, then we wouldn't be having this debate. So Davina comes back and says, "Rah, who hurt you, boo? Mind you don't bust a blood vessel." I suggest you seek professional help for all that anger. It's not healthy, blood. Yeah. Someone read that short comment.
He said, "I can assure you I wasn't angry in the slightest, nor am I now. I just don't have time for foolishness or tomfoolery that is rampant in today's society, exhibited by so-called adults trying to promote and or endorse fuckery, just like the type of fuckery that is being discussed. It's borderline embarrassing, seeing as other races don't chat this type of fuckery, but us primarily from the Caribbean descent that was born here adopt all kinds of European-centric foolishness."
Who's he talking about that? Sorry, Sean, I think you need to do a little bit more research, bro, because that's not entirely true at all. At all, because like we just said, I know Africans that don't have their parents' surname. I know Indians that don't have their parents' surnames. So you know that's I'm sorry, but that's void. That's void. It's nothing to do with us Caribbean descent born in this country. No.
And not every tradition you carry has to carry on forever either.
Yeah. Amaze said, "I've experienced men who do not have emotional intelligence, confusing the balance of feminine energy I have as being a simp. These men all need therapy." On a real, how many of us discussed this from the beginning? It's true. Did either of you, before having your children with your respective partners, have a discussion about surnames, or was it just a given?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did.
And you agreed that you was gonna...
With the girl's dad, yeah. Because we planned to have children. So, and that was one of his requests. I want them to have my surname. I was like, all right, cool. I didn't have a problem with it. I did not have an issue at all. And I think for me, you know, obviously we planned to be together. You know, I didn't plan to break up with him. So I didn't have a problem with it. And then obviously with the boys, I was married anyway, and I took my husband's surname, so there was no discussion to have. But before we got married, we did have discussions about having children and what would happen with the children and stuff like that. So yeah, because I never just fell pregnant; they were planned.
They were planned, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My daughters are double-barreled as it takes two. Was just replying to his ignorant comment.
Yeah.
Something Gary said this. Not true. In Bangladesh, most women are called begum. But that's probably something to do with something that we said before about names. I don't know who said this. It's customary. Someone read this whilst I look for who it was that said it.
It's Maxine. Customary in.
Is it Maxine? Okay.
In the Islamic world, in Greece, France, women keep surname when married. In Italy, it's illegal for women to change their surname when married. In the Netherlands, it is a legal requirement to keep surname when marrying.
Right. So what's this Eurocentric thing this Sean Levy's talking about then?
Well, this is all in Europe.
Right.
So she's got this point there. But I don't think he said in every culture they keep race. That's not true.
That's it.
It's not entirely true. He obviously has I think he must have very strong thoughts on that for whatever reason. I just don't feel strongly like that about it. I don't care either way. My kids have got their dad's surname, but not because I'm like, oh, they must have their dad's surname. It's because their dads wanted their surname. Listen, we had bigger arguments about their first names. I weren't fussed about the surname, but the first name was the thing where I was putting my foot down. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it depends on how strongly you feel about it.
That's it.
It genuinely isn't something that I felt like, no, they've got to have my surname. Because not with my daughter, but with my sons, I was planning to change my surname anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just didn't get there. And then if they had changed their name, I'm not with their dad, they've got my surname, and then I'm not even that surname if I do get married again. Do you know what I mean? Like, so much in life can happen. I just think there's more important things that you need to worry about and instill with your children. And I just think it's a personal choice. If your name means a lot to you, great. If it doesn't matter, and I've got a fantastic family. I love my family, and to be fair, out of the Royers, we're all girls, the Royer girls. So me, my cousin Melis, and all of that, we're girls.
So you were more than likely to get married and
this
change your names anyway.
It dies with us. Dies with us.
Yeah.
I still don't want it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just not that deep.
Davina said, my eldest daughter didn't want to have his name. I still double-barreled her name anyway.
Yeah.
Surname doesn't make of a person. It's about our character. It's Asia. It doesn't make of a person.
It's true. It's like, calm down. Oh God, that likes too much.
It's too much. It is just too much.
All right. Next topic. So, hi Champagne. Someone inboxed this to me, and I read it, and I was just like, okay, I'll chop up what I thought afterwards. But it says, hi Champagne, my friend's husband left her 3 years ago. She's been single ever since. She's becoming slightly depressed, so me and my husband offered to take her out for her birthday. She agreed and said our offer made her feel human. But a few days before we were supposed to take her out, she called me and asked if I would be okay with just my husband taking her out because she hasn't had male company in ages. I found this really disrespectful and sneaky. So
get on Tinder, babe. That's what you need to do. Not with my husband.
So I've cut her off. My husband says I've overreacted. Is he right? Did I overreact?
Well, the audacity is sky high with this one.
I'm telling you.
You ain't messaging me after I was letting you third wheel and telling me to make myself scarce whilst you go out with my husband.
Mad.
Fuck out of here. She's hella rude.
Rude.
She's rude. Yeah, she's no. Like her audacity is ridiculous. Like, no, it's at its maximum level. You're telling me I have to make myself scarce whilst you go out with my husband
because she hasn't had male company.
But the husband thinks that the wife is overreacting. So what would you be saying to your husband in this?
I'd be like, why do you want to go out?
Did you want to go out with her? Obviously.
Don't tell me I'm overreacting, whatever my husband's name is.
Oh no, that's
no.
That's
why am I overreacting? You think that's normal, husband?
Exactly. Is that normal? So I can go out if you're brethren, yeah? You're going to take my brethren out and I'll go out if you're brethren. What kind of stupidness? That's foolishness. That's absolute nonsense.
Yeah, Asia said, ask the husband to bring a friend. But after she asked me already, she asked me, it's curtains. You should never fix your mouth to ask me something so ridiculous.
That's it.
So we wouldn't even get to that. Oh, well, I can bring a friend. No. We're going to get into why you think you're going to take my husband out. Because no.
Yeah. No,
it's ridiculous. Gary said, you lot, she started this. Yeah, me, you and your husband, not me and your husband. It's not a swingers thing.
Exactly. Let's take you out. Come out. And then she says she wants to go out because she hasn't had male company. Nah, bruv. Nah. No.
Charlene said, no, he can go, just don't come back.
No.
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
I think it's cheeky. What do you think, Trish? Because you are just bottling there. I can see you rattling.
No, I just all right, so there was one time, Nix, I thought of Omar when this come up, right? Because there was one time I phoned Nikki and ended up speaking to Omar on the phone for a good 2 hours. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but that's different,
so
though.
I'm your friend. I am not your husband's friend.
Yeah.
But we have a good relationship. I have a good relationship with Omar. So it wouldn't be weird for me to have a short conversation with Omar. How are you? What's going on? I've got 2 friends that recently got together. I used to speak to him as a friend. So it wouldn't be weird for me to speak to him, but it would be fucking weird as fuck for me to say, can I go out with your husband and you stay home?
No.
That is inappropriate. Exactly. It's rude. It's shady. And
it's disrespectful, man.
It's disrespectful. It's all just different levels. Even if it was meant innocently, I've offered to take you out to cheer you up. Me and my husband are going to take you out. And you're saying, no, bitch, you stay home because I just want to have some male company. Are you crazy? Like, it's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. It's rude and out of order.
You better go and take pictures for Hinge.
Exactly.
You better let me help you set up your profile. It's
Tinder, whatever it is. Grindr, Tinder, whatever.
So I like to think about things. So I thought about all of the people that are in relationships because my friends' boyfriends usually like me because I'm respectful. I know my place. So I usually get on with both. But the operative thing is they're my friends' partners.
Yeah, that's not on.
No, I think it's rude and out of order. And I think she had her eye on the husband from one day.
100%. You're a cheeky bitch. Sorry, she's cheeky. I'm with my friend and her husband a lot, and I even knew him a little bit before her. But that's my friend. He's not my friend. As well as we get on, and we've gone out us 3 a few times, I've never been like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I want to spend some alone time with your husband.
Your man.
So Gary's in the comments saying, I dated a girl a long time ago and her friend asked me to come to a work do with her. What do you think about that?
Did you go, Gary?
Did you go, Gary?
All the men in the world. Why does it have to be my friend's man that I'm asking? No.
Before you ask me,
I'd rather take my friend.
But before you ask the friend's man if you got any single brethren or whatever.
Gary's saying he went.
He went?
Yeah.
You're a wrong un, Gary. That's wrong.
Before I just ask my friend to come to the do, I'm asking her man.
Right. Gary, you have to explain why you went, please. I need to know why you went and what was the reason. Why did she ask you, and what was the reason? Gary said, I asked her first. Sorry, Gary, you're confusing me now, babe. If it was okay. And she said, yeah.
Oh, so he asked the girl if it was okay. And she said, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know how to explain it. Like, if I had, like, for instance, I get with a guy and that, and I trust you and I trust the guy, or I trust Nikki, and you guys had lunch or something. I don't know. If it was just like, I don't know, if it was ad hoc and you were waiting for me, or I wouldn't, because I trust, I don't, there's people around me, I'm not going to think I'm going to really want to try and trap my man. And who wants to be in a relationship with somebody who you can't trust around your friends? I would want to think that it would be okay for my bestest friends, people that I see as family, to be around my guy in circumstances, and me not necessarily think the worst of either of them.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah, and that I can get. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my best friend, when I used to go around the house and whatever, because she didn't smoke, me and him would run out, go and get a little smoke and do whatever and whatever and whatever. But it's this situation is different. This situation is that they said, she said, come, let's take you out. Then she goes back and says, no, but I want to go out with him on my own. No, bruv. Nah, you didn't bump into him when you was out or something like that. It's very different. No, I'm sorry.
See, Gary's saying he must have asked the girl. He asked this girl, she said yes, and then got vexed after he went out, because I suppose she must have thought about it.
Yeah.
The fucking audacity. Like, yeah, I don't know. All right, Gary said he's going to jump on. He's going to give us answers. Let me
That's what I'm saying. It's different if, you know what I mean? I don't know. You come round and then, I don't know, you pop out with him or something, or you end up doing something and there's the two of you. That I don't have a problem with. But I have a problem if you're asking me, she just broke up with her man, and then you're asking me, no, actually, like you said, bitch, stay at home because I want some male company. Nah, love.
No, ask your guy to get me a friend, or
find a friend.
Yeah.
Or
do some online dating, because they're there in abundance. And
we're not having that.
We'll wait for Gary to jump on to see if we get his point of view before I move on. Well, let's see, whilst we're waiting for him, let's see what our No Bravado Massive said.
She's too bright, man. Sorry, she's too bright.
It's a bright move, yeah. Hello, Coco.
Hello.
What do you want? What do you need? Oh, dear. I'll come and look after you in a minute. I'm soon done with this. Angela says, it's interesting how men really see anything wrong with such things. How come, I wonder? Because they don't. They just don't see anything wrong.
Because it's not their male friend
taking out their wife.
Go out with your woman by themselves. That's why they don't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Because if my partner's male friend is asking me that, I'm gonna be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, let me see if he's arrived. Hang on. Nah, he's not here yet. Okay. So, Catchy Turner said she must be blood clot mad. Did you hear her? Ruth said the wife never overreacted. I'm here to support, but not to the detriment of my marriage. No. Carol Scott said, goodbye, friend. It was nice knowing you, not boop. Bev Angela Jones said, I don't know it to be sneaky. She did ask. All right, Gary's here now. Hang on a minute, Gary. I'll let you in a minute. Let me just read this bit. Don't know it to be sneaky. She did ask, laughing out loud, should not have got offended. Should have said, let's both of us go out and help you get someone, or I'll make my husband's friend take you out. Don't be mad. Just be grateful that your friend could be truthful and came up front. will let you know. Some will let the man open his doorway behind your back. Always solutions.
Listen, that's letting you know that your friend is looking your man. That's what she's letting you know, okay? About she want male company. Rude.
Oh, here we go with the bullshit.
Natalie, be nice, man. What's wrong with you?
I'm just gonna get a drink before you start.
What's Natalie's got to treat me like that for? Why God like that? Like, bullshit. That's not nice, Natalie.
I just want to know if the girlfriend got vexed after you took her out or before, and then you still took her out.
After.
So you so explain it then. So you was with a girl.
Right. So me and a girl were kind of dating, but not dating. That whole kind of yeah, I like you, but I don't like you type thing. Okay. So it was Christmas time, and her friend said, "Look, I've got this work due," and we all met at the same time. I've got this work due, and I need someone to come with me. So I said, oh, okay, fair enough. And she goes, would you come? So I said, not a problem, but you need to talk to her first, didn't it? Talk to your friend. So it was actually at a Jones Girl concert they all went to, like 3 people went, her and her friend went, and another girl went. And she must have asked her and said to her, blah, blah, blah. I've asked Gary, can he come? Is it all right? And she told me that I should talk to you. She said, what, who? What Gary? Like pretending, because I already told her that she was going to ask her. So she said, what Gary? Boo, boo, boo. And she said, obviously Gary. And she said, okay. She goes, all right, if you want to, then ask him, innit? So then the person came back to me and said, oh, she's okay with it. So I was like, okay, fair enough.
So you never spoke to the girl?
I spoke to...
No. Wait. So the person that you was linking or whatever,
yeah I spoke to her.
You never spoke to her before going out with the friend?
No, I said I spoke to her and I told her, I said, she asked me, like, say you asked me, I said to Natalie, Nat, this is what's happened. She's asked me this. I told her that she needs to talk to you.
Okay.
And took myself out of it.
Right.
They had a conversation at a concert.
Right.
And she said to her, if you want to ask him, you can ask him. You can go with him.
Right.
She came back to me and said to me, okay, blah, blah, blah. So I said, all right, if you want to go, there's not a problem. It's just a friend thing. We can go. Then we went. Then it was funny because it was one of those kind of corporate things. You had to have like a 3-piece suit
and all that.
Yeah, all that. So we went to a hire shop and she had to hire me a suit and a whole thing.
She went to a lot of trouble.
Went through all of that.
Because if she wanted to go on a friendship,
man.
Right, and if she wanted to go on a friendship thing, why didn't she take her friend?
And you're her friend's man, and she took you and she got you a suit.
It was kind of like, if you like, I could. The funny thing, the really funny thing about this, which was quite amusing, is the girl at the time was vexed about it, and she was talking to her mum about it. So her mum said to her, I always remember laughing at her because she was telling me, her mum said to her, what's the problem? He's not your man. You say he's not your man. What's the issue?
This is what I'm trying to work out, Gary. Like
her mum said, you told me he's not your man. So what's the problem?
Okay, then that's the point I'm trying to make. Is if that was your, you know what I'm saying? You just met, or you was dating, or you're seeing.
We knew each other for like say 6-7 months.
And you just here and there, just seeing each other. So you weren't exclusive boyfriend and girlfriend.
I liked her. She was like, that type thing. So her mum was like, "That's okay. If you done that's the issue. So it's not your man. So what's your problem?
Okay,
issue it. But it goes like my best friend, blah blah blah." And so I was actually. So I went. We went. It was all right. It was one of those type of corporate events where everyone's like talking and having conversations and being, that whole what kind of field was it? If I remember right, it was one of those back in the 90s when people used to sell things to people and you had sales targets. It was like insurance. It wasn't insurance, but it was that type of thing where everyone was on a sales thing, so you had to kind of have a bit of talk, and there were lots of people shaking each other's hand, and people always getting gold watches and £10,000 bonus checks and all type of different things. It was one of those types of things. So I went. We spent the 4 or 5 hours together at the thing. It was a nice dinner. We went out, we chat, we had a little joke. I went home, dropped her off. That's it. Nothing happened. I was just it was strictly
because that was some of the questions that was coming up in the Did you bang her? Did you bang her? You put. Did you bang her, blood? This is what everyone's asking. Long story short, did you get?
You should have never even fixed yourself to ask me. You should have just said no.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. Because then I'm always going to think you want to go. I'm going to think you want to go.
To me, if you said you didn't want me to go, I wouldn't have gone. I didn't actually care. It was your brethren. She needed help.
Yeah.
I helped her. It was no big deal.
But women think
see, the thing, my point is, though, if she just needed a friend or whatever, why choose the guy that your friend is seeing?
Yeah.
This is my point. Why choose that guy? Because there's a man out there.
And the person at the time was saying to me, the same person saying to me, but because, it was, we met at Palm Tree, so you can see how long ago it was. So it was me and my two brethren, and it was her and her two brethren. So we all linked up with.
They all had one each, yeah?
Yeah, basically. And so, she was saying that day, why didn't she ask your mate?
Right.
I'm like, well, you asking me why I never was. She didn't ask him. It's not for me. I've said, but the thing for me, and as I said at the time, I told her,
that's
your brethren, talk to her. You mean if you didn't want to go, you should have said he can't go.
Nah, Matt has said you put your girlfriend on the spot. You should have said no. Women are about compromise and passive aggressiveness. Sometimes you have to judge the atmosphere. Yeah. So. We don't really want to be like telling a man what to do, because then it kind of comes across like, you're being controlling or you're being bossy. Just have enough common sense. Like, nah.
Oh, listen. You lot all friends, gone to school together from wherever.
These hoes are treacherous. They'll sleep with your man. It doesn't matter if we've gone to school together. I've had a friend sleep with a boyfriend of mine. It happens.
I'm not saying that, but obviously, you see, with me, and like I said, I went. We had a good time. I dropped you off.
That's even worse. Don't tell me you had a good time.
Live.
And we just be out here digging. Because
we had a good time.
And I think, because it's Gary, and because we know how Gary is, that's how Gary's actually thinking. It's a friend, isn't it? She needed help, isn't it? I went with her, innit? And that's how Gary obviously thinking, where some other man now would be like, yeah, look, a man's in the comments saying, did you beat it? Did you get the pom-pom? Did you this? Did you that? Do you know what I'm saying? So,
She wanted the length and strength of Stephen's voice.
Look, as I said.
If they're hilarious. I love the Bravado massive, I swear. Same girl, you're dating a girl, and a guy friend of yours has a wedding to go to and he needs a date and he asks to borrow your girl. How does that go down with you?
As far as I think we had this conversation before. I'm quite secure in those types of things. I haven't got an issue if I'm dating someone and one of our friends said, "Oh, do you want to go out for lunch and stuff?" I haven't got an issue with that. So I've got girlfriends. Like Trisha, if you said, "Oh, Natalie," or Nikki said to me, "Oh, Gar, let's go for lunch," I'm not going to be like, "Oh, my girl's not going to like it. I'm not going to go." I'm just going to go for lunch and eat 2 food, go home.
I get your point.
I've done that before as well, but I just think there's certain situations where it kind of comes across very different. Do you know what I mean? I'm married, and my husband Gary. I've told him I'm going out to lunch with so and so, and it's a man, because we're friends, and that's it. But I could never turn around and tell my husband I'm going to some award ceremony and I come out looking in my ball gown and all them something there with the next man.
And he's gone to hire me a dress so he can take me.
And bought me shoes and all them kind of things.
I wear my own shoes.
He's not having it.
You know she liked you, right? You do know that.
No, I don't think she did.
Gary. Gary.
I don't think she did.
Gary.
You're saying I'm saying,
no, Gary. Otherwise, she'd have never asked you. She would have asked the brethren that were chatting to her in palm trees.
She hired you a 3-piece suit. She hired you a suit to take you. She could have taken anyone in the world. She took her brethren's man, didn't care if it was going to rustle feathers, and then hired man a suit. She likes you, Gary.
People want to borrow you on Saturday, Gary.
Saturday, cool, man. Where we go? Where we going?
Next time, charge.
Understand?
But hold on. So, like, my best friend, I said my best girlfriend, like, she's married, and there was a ballet over Christmas, just before Christmas, at Sadler's Wells. I was like, "Dee, do you want to come?" She was like, "Yeah, of course." Bath, we went.
That's different.
Your best friend.
It's
That's
different.
Yeah, but you know.
No, that's different,
different.
Gary. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. My husband has a female friend, and they meet up. You know, throughout the year, they meet up, they make dates, they will go out to lunch, they will do their thing, whatever. And whatever.
Oh, but you're saying, hold on. But you're saying it's different because this is like a prestigious event where people got to come in looking la-di-da, red carpet.
Because she was doing too much, G.
No,
in the beginning, she was doing too much.
She is the girl that you're seeing or getting to know, or there's a thing between you and this girl. That's how you know her, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Right. No. We
all
met
saying you was a red man, Gary.
Natalie, there was 3 men. They went to palm trees and they chatted to 3 girls. Yeah. So each one chatted to each girl. So one of the girls that was chatting to one of his brethren now comes and asks him to go out with him, with her.
That's like when I'm asking Arafa to borrow her blow dryer.
Right.
You can't do that. Right. You can't do that. You can't do that. She's wrong for that.
This was a couple of years. This is palm tree. This is a couple of years ago. Yeah. So it's not yesterday.
But she liked you.
I don't think she did. But that's what you're saying.
I think she did. Because otherwise, if she didn't, she would have asked a friend that she was chatting to from before, not you. I'm not going to go and ask if I go out. So it's basically the situation is me, Natalie and Trisha go out. We get chatting to a guy each. Yeah. And then the guy that's chatting to Trisha now comes and asks me to go out with him. Hello? No.
Anyway, like I said,
that's the situation though, Gary?
No, it wasn't the situation because when I see you're making this, it wasn't the day after we went palm tree. Yeah, this is good few months after. Yeah,
but a few months after when you're chatting to the brethren.
Yeah.
You so chatting to her, you were chatting to the brethren, isn't it?
Hold on, we was all going to their yards, sitting in their yards, drinking tea, coffee.
All 3 of you.
Yeah, we got be Uggs and that thing. Was all going, was in the yard chatting, blah blah blah. So we was all talking, cracking jokes, and
you was the better looking one out of the 3. That's
no. The what's him again? The girl I was seeing had a guy that she wasn't seeing. You know that they're broken up, the thing. So it was all a bit thing. So the girl asked, and I was like, "What?" So, but as I said at the time. The girl actually, I did say to the girl, look, if it's your brethren, you ask her, and then see what she says. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not getting involved. She says no, then she's like, I'm not aware of it. But when she came back to speak to me about it, she made some big story about, we was at the concert, and when she asked me, that's it. Actually funny. When I think back now, you know things are funny when you think back. I used to always get like jackets from America, always. So I got some jacket with like some wicked little jacket. I hadn't even worn it. Yeah, my grandmother flew over to New York and bought it. And that same day I was dating, said, can she use it? So she wore it to the concert, had it on, and
the girl that you were seeing's friend wore your jacket.
No, the girl.
No, she wore it.
Oh,
yeah,
and the friend still asked her if she could take out her man.
This is stressing me out.
Gary, you're getting worse. It's getting worse. It's getting worse, Gary. Come on, G.
So I said to her at the time, look, you know what? Your friend has asked me this question. I didn't say nothing to her. I just didn't get him. I didn't entertain it at first. First she was like, "Oh, why is she phoning you?" I said, "We know she phones me every now and again, and your other friend phones me. We're all phoning each other. It's not a big deal." She goes, "How many times you phoned?" I said, "I've never actually called her, but her and the other girl has all they phoned me and they phoned us all round. So it's not a big deal." So we've spoken, and then I said, "Well, this is what she said. It was some corporate event, and would you want to come? Can you come? Because she thought I'll be a good person to take. I mean, I could hold a conversation with various people, and it was all right." So I said, "All right, cool. Ask her. If she says cool, then we can go. If she says no, then I'm not in it." And that was it.
So then, what was the situation like afterwards then with the girl that you were seeing? What was she like after?
She was vexed. She was vexed about it. And like afterwards.
And what was the friend like then?
Oh, me and a friend, we spoke. We didn't speak as much. I didn't speak to her as much afterwards because it was just a bit.
Because the friend probably cussed her off.
I don't know if the friend cussed her off. It wasn't that. They stopped talking a little while after for whatever reason. I don't know.
Whatever reason?
Because the friend's treacherous.
It wasn't that. It was a woman. I think she joined the church or something. I don't know, something anyway.
The treacherous friend joined the church.
Yeah,
the heart needs his salvation, boy.
Repent.
Because you're trying to teach your brethren's son and hire in a suit.
Oh, yeah.
See, you are judging like I done something. There's nothing going on. It's like, look.
No, not you, G. Her.
But what I do think that you do need to look at, because when we have these conversations, I've said to everybody, I think you're the nicest person ever.
Nice.
One of the nicest people I've had the opportunity to meet on this journey. And I think that you will make someone a fantastic partner. But there's some things that you say where it's just your partner's feelings you're just completely oblivious to.
Yeah,
like,
you're just
what's the problem?
Yeah.
I don't see it in that way, so I don't understand why they would see it in that way. And it's like, nah, sometimes you've got to take the blinkers off and understand what's happening. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I might be the best of friends with somebody, and then there might be one little thing that has changed my life. So it might be a boyfriend, it might be a job, it might be a promotion, it might be a new business. And then all of a sudden, that friend turns into a frenemy without you even realizing. So if you're going to fix your mouth to ask my man to go on a date with you and hire him a suit, I think you're doing too much. I mean, Maxine says, it doesn't always have to be a threat or an attempt to overthrow the girlfriend. Sometimes a woman just might need a chaperone to escort her to an event.
Yeah,
so
but
why does it have to be my man?
Why does it have to be that specific person? That's my point. Of course, we all have platonic male friends and all of that kind of thing. But what I don't understand why you're chatting to a girl, her friend needs a chaperone or whatever it is to take her out. Yeah. Then why does it have to be you when you're her friend's man? That's what I'm saying.
As I said, it was very jiggler. Excuse me. Excuse me. You got to remember my name's spelled with 2 R's, so get it right. Yeah, I come with 1 R later. Really, 2 R's, yeah, remember. No, seriously, as I said before, like I said before, and it's not me being blinkered. If my partner says to me something's an issue, then I take that on board. I'll take that on board.
But why does she have to say it? At what point does it click in for you to be like, what's appropriate and what's not?
But hold on, you're saying it wasn't appropriate, and let's get this right. I've said to you, that if you've got an issue with something, let me know, right? I've spoken to you about, and I've come to you before your friends actually come to you. I've spoken to you, yeah.
So she should have said, "No, don't do it."
Or we had a conversation.
She should have
had a conversation, right? So before the friends actually gone, I've come and spoken to you and said, so your friend hasn't even asked you yet. I've told you what I've said to your friend. I've told you what the friend has asked. I've gone into everything. If you have an issue with it, and me and you're in a relationship, and whatever, you should have said, look, I'm not really happy with that. I don't feel comfortable with that. And I would have been cool.
She's testing you, Gary.
Testing herself.
Someone has said, I'm trying to think around who it was, but they've said women have more game than men sometimes. They know how to play on a man's emotions.
Yeah, she was testing you.
And I'm not being funny. There's some things that you just want to see what the man does. I'm going to see if you want to go. So in that situation, I'm going to be looking to see.
Okay, I went. So what happens?
Then I'm immediately going to think, he didn't think to himself, no, I'm not doing that. He wanted to go. So then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's how I would have... I would have been like, why would that even be a thing to discuss? Like, you don't know that you don't do that.
Yeah, as I said, I went and it just said it was all right. When me and her still, actually, I remember we had to go to a funeral. Me, her, and her mum went to a funeral afterwards. About a month afterwards, it was still a bit like issues and big cold shoulder and stuff. We had to go to some funeral, and me and the mum, like even now, me and the mum are great. You know what I mean? Mum will phone me and say, "Oh, right, we're great." And as I said at the time, if you with me, and I'm quite straightforward, if you want something, you ask me for it. If I can give it to you, I'll give it to you. If I can do it for you, I'll do it for you. There's no like, oh, you've taken me somewhere, so I'm expecting you to do this or that. I'm not interested. It's, you know what I mean? You ask me to do something with you, but if you tell me something about someone else, I'm not going to that person and say, oh, that person said that to me, and that person, like tough times, that's just not me. So I don't see like, and if
but sometimes, Gary, sometimes
you know that about me. So
not supposed to have to point what we would think is obvious out. We shouldn't. That shouldn't have to be pointed out. And I don't think that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if I meet my husband's got plenty of female friends, yeah, but. And if he says to me, I'm going out with Janet, for instance, who's been his friend for how long, then cool. Okay, cool. I can't have a problem with that because that's your friend. If I say I'm going out with Bob, that's been my friend for 20 years, then I'm going out with Bob. But you can't just tell me that this girl or this girl that you met so-and-so, and you're not. Is that all right, babe? No, it's not fucking all right. It's not.
Thank you for verbalizing it, and then we don't go.
Yeah, but you're not saying things, and okay.
I get because.
But I get you, and I think because I know you, Gary, I know.
Yeah, my intentions are pure. If she had put it on you, how would you have managed that, gal? Sorry to cut you, Nikki.
Dude, that wouldn't have happened. I would have done the usher and done the side hip.
kept your towel in your hand, boy.
Not getting caught on camera. Don't get caught on camera. That's the thing.
Maxine said, no, not every woman has male or friend. Life no work, so. I don't know what that means.
It's all good.
Juliet, good evening, gorgeous. If his woman wasn't happy with it, she shouldn't have told him it was okay.
Yeah, that was silly. That was that, and I agree with that. I do agree with that. That's silly. She shouldn't have. Yeah.
Do you know what it was? And this is the issue. And I think maybe I was getting involved in the whole. Because don't forget, I think I must have been like 21, 22, so a long time ago.
It's just them highlight days, isn't it, Gary? Them highlight days.
I think it was a case of you're not committing to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
she was testing you, Gary. That's what I'm saying.
But she's testing herself.
Yes, of course she is. And then she realised afterwards that you went. When you went, now she's vexed.
Yeah, and then when her mum told her, because and that's your old mother telling you.
No, but I feel like if you're trying to get to know me, we're getting to know each other. We're in that dating stage where we're getting to know each other, and then you can just be swiped away by my friend. Then you're for the streets, brethren.
No, it wasn't swiped away. We went to some hotel. Not hotel. Well, some banking suite, like one of them hotel banking suites. And then we had dinner. I think it was like Dorchester. That's where it was.
Big West End place.
Melinda Gardner says, Gary, the moment you asked your woman if you can escort her friend out to a function, you made a mistake and your relationship was over before it went anywhere. And yeah, we going with my friend out there.
Yeah, it was all right.
And why did it have to be a male? Why couldn't she take one of her female friends? It doesn't have to be man that has to go with you to them things, does it? To them events.
See how the truth is coming out. They went to a hotel.
You people, bank.
Oh, not my little Gary. Gary wouldn't do that, would Gary?
Yeah. But no, as I said before, I still, the funny thing about it, I still talk to the girl I was seeing at the time. We still reasonably good friends. She always phone me up to do things or come and hang out or do things. But I haven't spoken to her bridging for 19 long time. You know what I mean? So
okay.
Because she was there for a good time, not a long time.
Want to add that in there?
Oh dear. All right. So Natalie Medina said this request has caused problems between husband and wife. Never mind the friendship. What she did was inappropriate and highly insensitive. She may feel down because of her own relationship turned to shit, but asking that wasn't cool. And if he'd gone through with it, it could cause further problems and misunderstandings that can easily spiral. And that's what we're saying in your case, Gary, as well. Just don't go. Like, no.
But the woman started it. This was for me. The woman initiated this whole let's go out. Why don't you just say, oh, that's me and you go out. We go to a club and we have some fun. We may be able to pick up some guys, or you can pick up a guy. I'll watch you.
No, but I third wheeled with my friend once, a few times, and they've said, oh, we were supposed to meet up today. But my thing is, but come with us. And I'm like, no. And they're like, no, come. We're going to go here. Let's go. Or it just, sometimes it just happens like that. It don't mean that I then have permission to start sticking it on, man.
Not sticking it on, man. But I'm saying, if she wanted to go, she could have just said, oh, me and you go out somewhere. We go to a singles bar. We'd have fun. We just have muck around.
Or trying to do side dates.
Yeah, you can have done all that. I mean, that's sort of her. She put the situation for the girl to be able to ask the question.
No.
She opened up for the person to be able to ask the question.
So that means none of my friends can come out with me and my man ever. I've been on a date with two people before. Gosh, I sound like a proper third wheel specialist, Roy. But I have been on a date with two people before just by accident. But that then doesn't mean...
okay. Fell in the date.
That don't mean I then have the right to then be like, okay, it's open season.
Yeah.
Let's get it. So next time you don't come and me and him will go. No.
It's just inappropriate.
It's ridiculous.
Very
Maxine in the comments is saying, no, not every woman has male friends they can ask to escort them anywhere. Life ain't like that for every woman.
So then you go and ask your friend's man instead.
Then you don't have a date.
Take your brother, take your cousin, take your uncle. Don't go and ask your friend's man. Sorry. I'm sorry. You can't
take a friend. Take a girlfriend.
Yeah, you tell it so, you know. I mean, not every male friend is, you know, there are you probably have got some male friends who think, no, I wouldn't ask him or him, but there must be a few male friends that you know that are cool and it is strictly platonic and it's nothing. Not the man that your friend is seeing. I'm sorry. Because to me that's inappropriate, especially if they're just seeing them as well. That you're just not even a fully established relationship.
I just think it's boundaries. It's just boundaries.
Crossing.
Right. Gary thinks he was doing a good deed, but not every good deed is what it seems. The woman was trying to cause issues in what Gary and his woman were trying to build. Because some women are treacherous out here.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, Gary. And that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes you've got to be hip to that game.
Yeah. And because I know you, Gary, you were doing a good deed. You think, charm, man, let me just go out with her. Yeah, we went and hired a suit and whatever, and it was cool, wasn't it? And I dropped her home afterwards. In your minds, that's all it was. And I'm sure I believe you. I actually believe you, Gary. But she weren't thinking like that. Because otherwise, she would have asked the guy that she was seeing or chatting to or somebody else that she knew that could have filled that spot. Better still, take your brethren, a girlfriend. Come, babes, let's dress up and go out and you know what I mean? No.
Yeah.
You left your wifey at home like Cinderella. Her friend was like the
It's true. No, man. No.
Gary.
You can't rent my man out. This ain't
Matt
enterprise.
Prince said when she said let me borrow your man, a lot of women here let me borrow his dick.
Well,
that's
that's what
what we heard.
we heard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you heard.
Kanika said she's blood clot bright. She'd best find her own male company, kiss my teeth. Alan said the separated wife must be crazy. Her friend did not overreact at all. Her husband is greedy. I've seen that situation before. She's gonna boink her friend's husband. Goddamn bitch.
Bless you.
Everyone's got issues.
Oh dear.
They're too fun. I love them.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Bombardians are hilarious.
If you was at a rave already, if you was at a party and somebody was hassling you and you was and one of your partner's friends was there and came over and started rubbing with you to get the other person away, would that be all right?
No.
No, you don't need to rub me.
No.
Little two-step, Danny, not rub like
No.
You said rub.
This is a nation, yeah?
Do that.
We're not talking nation dancing.
I've been out before where I've not, man's been bothering me and my husband's friends have rescued me. Yeah. And there ain't no rub up and nothing involved with that. But my husband's friends have seen the play and said, you know what? They need to make a beeline, and they've made a beeline. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes, that does happen. There does need to be no physical contact at all. Do you know what I mean? But they have had to come and pretend that they're just taking me away or just, you know what I mean? But
this is a good question. So question, what did your male mate that was chatting to her say about it to you?
That man don't care. This was 20.
Was it your friend that I know, Gary?
20 all girls on the side.
You know business.
give a chocolate bar. So that's what he's doing.
That's why she asked you, because he gives her chocolate bars.
She's like, my friend got the good man, so
he had a job already. He was driving and all that. You see, Gary was the one that was set.
Their thing. No one cared. Sure.
This is terrible.
He obviously did.
Wife is right, friend is wrong for asking, selfish and ungrateful, and wrong for not even thinking about the consequences between her friendship or husband and wife. Should have just taken what she was offered. Anne-Marie Quimena said, the friend is craven and the husband has a cheek to talk about overreact. The friend is more or less asking to borrow my man. It coming like the husband is condoning it because it boosts his ego.
There you go.
Jonathan Ambrose said she wanted to rape the husband.
Jesus.
She responded correctly. Steph Davis is straight to the point. The friend is damn rank. Makes you wonder why her husband left her. And as for the husband, I'd be thinking, what's his agenda and why he felt the wife overreacted? Some red flag issues here. Cheryl's out of order. What's the real reason for such a request? Michelle Graham said, kiss my teeth. She's taking the piss. Friend of me gone too far into this scenario. No sane person would approve this behavior, Sandy Too Shy says. Foolishness, says Chanel. Nick said she's bright. No overreaction at all. The friend is dangerous. Tamuso said she's got them legs wide open for your man. Jennifer said she would have been better off asking if the friend had a single friend that he could ask to join them, but to ask just his company is off key. Jenny said her friend is wrong, so what she wants to share her friend's man. Melinda said your friend is not your friend. He's your husband, not hers, and if she wants male attention, go make her find her own man or find a man herself. Anthony said piss take, cut the sneaky self off. Yes, it's liberties, and men are saying it's liberties as well. Joe Smith said this can't be real. And Natalie, you said find your own male company. Why does it have to be my husband after we offered to take you out? Stop it. Audacity on a million.
I mean, I think the guy, I think the woman's a bit out of order for asking, because I think he overstepped the mark. But I don't necessarily feel that. You know what? And one thing I will say, and this is going to sound really sexist and quite cold, and it's not meant to be. When
I can't wait.
When I talk to women about certain things, right, and they react in a certain way, you know, when women talk to me, or some people talk to me, I hear all day. It's like, listen, you're overreacting there. Let it go. Yeah, it's not that deep. And like, all 2 weeks later, she's probably still going on about the same argument, and he's like, look, it's not that deep. I didn't go. What's the problem? Let it go. You're overreacting.
Right.
So that's where he meant.
I see what you mean. Right. I see what you mean.
Maybe it's not the first day. Maybe it's a couple of weeks later. She's still going on about the same argument. I see it with like lots of my mom and everyone. Like, something happened like in a long time, and they're still talking about it now. You're overreacting. Let it go.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I get that. All right, final topic.
Oh, just in time for this topic, I'm putting my lippy on. This goes in nicely.
So we've been out and about doing some street trading at different events, as we mentioned earlier. So one of the things that I want to do is, whilst at this event, is meet as many entrepreneurs as possible, and like add people to our directory and stuff like that. So I asked Gary and Asia to collect some flyers and business cards for me. So Asia gave me a pile, Gary gave me a pile, I collected some myself as well, right? So I shoved them all into like a plastic wallet, and then I was going through them and added them to a directory. And then I came across this business card. So the front of it says Downtown Diner. It's got a number. So I'm thinking, okay, it's some sort of food restaurant. My brain did not go there. Turn over the card and it says, daring, delightful, and discreet. And it's a free pussy licking service.
Do you know, I actually gave you this card.
Did you give it to me?
Yeah, I actually remember when you put it on. I said, I remember that card. I remember the stall I got it from, but I didn't look at it. I just, because you just said pick up cards.
What kind of stall was it, Gary?
You know what?
Because that was at the happening in Mare Street, yeah?
It was the store beside the jerk chicken store.
What were they selling?
So I just picking up all the cards and was going along, and it was on that. So when I bought it back, I didn't actually even look. I didn't read them. You just let's film some stuff and pick it up. I actually, on the videos I sent you, it's probably got the call I picked out from, so you can see the service offer.
As you're saying, it was not me. You've been cleared, honey. It was Gary that picked up the pussy licking card. I fucking died. I sat there for about 20 minutes just busting up. I was just like, there's a whole business card for a free pussy looking service.
Did you phone it? Did you phone it?
I ain't phoned it. Someone phoned it in the group though, because then arguments come up, which we'll go through, saying, because I just assumed it was a male, and someone was like, it could be a female. Like, why are you assuming it's a male? Yeah. So one of our group members called and was like, nope, it's definitely a guy. So what's your thoughts on this, guys? What's your thoughts?
Why are you working for free?
If you can make a business out of it, then do your thing.
But it's not a business if it's free.
You're working for free.
It's a CIC, blood.
Or was it the first one free and the second one?
They got a fetish, man.
Yeah, maybe that's where he wrote.
Or maybe they're that good that once you go one,
then that's when you charge.
Freeing them to come back again.
All I'm thinking about, especially, okay, Gary, as a sexual health specialist, what one for his mouth, for the inside of his mouth at this point?
What do you mean? What's going on in his mouth? Long as he brush his teeth after everything's crisp.
Isn't it? Little Listerine, gargling thing.
He could get genital warts on his not genital warts, herpes. herpes type 2 on his mouth. But other than that, you mean you ain't gonna catch HIV or anything like that. Could get gonorrhea or chlamydia in your throat.
In your whole mouth.
but unlikely from a female to a male.
Oh, gosh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's more like the other way around. If the male will give it to the woman more than the other way around.
Yeah, because
or the male to the male or whatever. Yeah, make sure I'm inclusive here.
Inclusive, Gary. Go on.
I just think, how many fish suppers are you gonna go and eat for free, blood? And why? It's a fetish thing. It's not a business.
Desmond says, "Stop calling it a business, please. It's free. It's nothing more than a service."
Listen, service industry makes billions of pounds in the UK. Yeah, remember.
Not for him.
He's doing it for free.
You know.
It's looking service.
Natalie, it's a taster session.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm trying to imagine what he looks like. I'm just trying to imagine. Disgusting. It's nasty, man. I can't take this, you.
I'm crying. I can't. And this is how I was when I found the card. I was like, what the hell? And then I phoned Natalie, but Natalie wasn't about, because Natalie finds stupidness funny like me. So I was like, let me phone Natalie, because I can't believe what I'm seeing here. And it wasn't about, and I just sat there crying by myself, like someone actually put this to print. Fucking hilarious. And yeah, offering free taster sessions.
You know what the worst thing about it is? You know what the worst thing about it is? I bet that someone's a man.
I thought that, like, could you imagine what if you found your man out that your man was doing this as a side hobby?
So not only does my man cheat, he goes and goes from one fish supper to the next for free. You're weird, bro.
Do you know what?
Don't care.
But you're saying that. I mean, at work, we was about a year ago now, maybe two. Well, it's before the pandemic, and the girl came in really upset about. She said it's really hard. She's married, and she's sex working. She's a sex worker, and she gets paid like £600-700 to have sex with people. She goes out at night 3 nights a week, but she told her husband that she works in Amazon delivery, not delivery, in the warehouse. So I remember we were talking, and she said it's become really difficult now because she wants to give it up. But her husband has said that because she gets paid so much money and he's paying all the bills and stuff, that he wants to get a job in. Can she get a job in the warehouse?
You're gonna have to say you got fired, blood. Oh, too funny.
So she's like, I don't know what to do. She's in the office crying, so I'm supporting her and talking to her. And she said, this, that, and the other, and I don't know what to do. How am I going to get around this? Obviously, we need the money, because she said we need the money to survive. We can't afford to live where we're living. We've got a child. It's really expensive. This, that, and the other. I was like giving her support, to trying to show her some ways. But obviously, if you're getting £600 a week or a session or free, like, session there, so they've got a house. There's about 4 girls who rent this flat, and the landlord charges £2,500 a week. So she makes enough to give the landlord these money, not each, but they all pay. So they pay £10,000 a month basically.
Wow.
And they all pay off. And yeah, and she makes good money. And now she said she has to give it up, and she's wanted to give it up for a little, and there's any way to give it up. But now her husband wants to join Amazon. He's going to start applying for jobs and stuff. so it's not just guys offering the service. Sex workers.
But she's getting paid.
Okay.
Paid.
He's still sex work, isn't it? He's going to
He's
graduate
getting
the payment.
paid. Oh my gosh.
Too funny.
Oh dear.
I thought it was fucking priceless, bloody brilliant. A whole business card that I cried, literally
With the
cried.
Inspector Cluedo moustache.
It was like, yeah, and then it was
dripping from the side.
it was this part, daring, delightful, and discreet, WhatsApp only. So yeah, he put some thought into it. Bloody hilarious. Let's see what our crew had to say. Tazzy asked if anyone called the number yet. Dion said, I mean, I thought business was about making money. So the fact that it's a free service is concerning. What's the or is that an opening offer? Men needs a business advisor to Ross and copious bottles of Listerine. He needs lots of Listerine, basically.
Lots of Listerine. Oh God.
Can someone else read out the comments for me?
Hassani Stevens said, "Did you phone the number?" Trisha said, "Not yet." Mike Shaw said, "Wait, what the fuck?" Charlene said, "What kind of business is that? Seriously?" Joe Smith, "You guys are seriously corrupted."
I said, "It's not us."
Lenore said, "Did you say it was free?" Melinda Gardner said, "This dude clearly has an issue to go this far to print business cards. He's got a bag of issues or one crazy fetish." I said, "He's a hoe." And Asia said, "I just want to make it clear, this isn't one of the ones I collected, I promise."
No, you've been vindicated, Asia. It was Gary.
He's actually willing to go into the deficit for this. Like, he's buying business cards. He's not going to make that money back because he's offering it out for free. So I don't know if this is like an entry introductory offer that he's doing.
Yeah, free, and then get 10% off your next order.
Yeah, once he's proved that he's got skills, then he charges. I don't know.
I wonder if he gives them a loyalty card.
Yeah, stamp your next one. Stamp each time. Davina said it might not be a him. Desmond said, "Thank you, Davina. So true. Thus, I operate the equal opportunity word. So I said he or she." Kathy said, "Dial the pussy liquor, confirming it's a male." I said, "Well done for confirming." I love the crew. Like, they were like, "Let's just squash this. Let's just phone and see what I got." And it's in operation and everything.
The numbers up and running though. That's the thing about it. The numbers are running. So all the people listening to this advert are thinking to themselves, you know what? Come off like Bravado. Hey, Friday night, I'm lonely.
Well, it's free. Shit. You know what I mean? Hello. That's not a business, says Desmond. It's a service. A business would have a price list and services that can be purchased. This is done for free. So he, she, and all that is merely offering a free service. Some persons get booked to drop on her knees, close eyes, and Jesus is not in the equation. So I said, someone checked, it's a male. I want to know if they checked and they've gotten through to admin or receptionist.
Jesus was like, "How I get in this?"
Yeah, that was all the comments that I put up for that, because it was just people popping jokes, really.
It's insane. If you had a man and you found out that he did that, what would you do? Would you ever be with a man that ever done that?
Hey, Natalie, depending on how good it was, because if he's blocking your world every night, you can't give that up.
You can.
Imagine
everyone's had your man for free as well. Like, not that you want your man to be a hoe, but my man just offers a service. Like, he's just giving like little pedo Pete in the corner vibes. It just
not pedo Pete. The man is preparing himself for the industry or something. Him and his mouth is for the roadsides, not even the streets. It's true. Someone said, "Gary, give the number to your friend."
He would have at least got a suit.
It was a rental. It was a rental, so don't worry.
Oh God. Yeah.
It was actually who said, "Give the number to your friend."
I want to see the man. Like, I want to see the man behind the weirdness. I want to see it.
I'm sure the video. If you look at the video, I'm sure
on his WhatsApp, you'd have to meet him, and that's just too much of a precarious position to put yourself in. Because like people were making jokes and were like, "Have you called the number?" Mike Shaw was insinuating that my fingers were soggy. That's why there were smudges on the business card. There's all this kind of rubbish was going on in the group. But with all jokes aside, I personally, because now we've got a sexual health expert on the call. Let me ask: can you catch germs? Like, because you know your mouth holds certain germs on your tongue and stuff like that. Can that be transferred to your vagina?
Not really, because it's just the vagina's self-cleaning, aren't they? Allegedly. So,
allegedly.
Well, unless if they've got herpes on their mouth already.
So if you
yeah, so that could.
But the thing about it, like I said before, this whole herpes. I know you're not worried about herpes, but I said not casting any aspersions on anybody. Most people have herpes
Most
anyway.
people have got it anyway. Yeah.
Stop people worrying about it.
Not that deep, is it really?
Yeah. So, but what I would say is, you can get. You have infections, TV, and bits and pieces. You're unlikely to catch it that way. So you're unlikely to catch it that way.
I don't know. I would just have an issue with him if I know this is what you're doing as a straight hobby to the point where you've printed business cards and you're just running around just sucking vaginas. I would want you to suck mine.
Exactly.
Like, no, blood.
He can't have holiday.
But hold on. He's not offering sucking. He's licking services offered, yeah?
Either or either. My name's not Canetto, blood. I can't help you. Nah.
Yeah.
You're running around doing that as a hobby.
Nah.
I'm sure there's cash on the side somewhere along the line, yeah?
He's going to.
It doesn't make it any better for me. I wouldn't want him to put his mouth.
You can't come near me.
I mean, my vagina is cleaner than your mouth. Like, get out of it. No.
That is literally a community mouth.
Yeah. Isn't it? Community tongue, not even community.
Everyone's upset with communities, man. I mean, we're in a good community.
You into sharing, are you, G?
No, I can't afford it. I'm an only child. I can't afford to share. I mean.
Actually, I've got the video. I'm going to send you the video in the morning because now Asio wants to see the video so we could look at the stalls to see who was on the stall. Because I'm certainly going to look because I've still got the video you sent me.
So he had a whole stall. He wasn't just giving out business cards.
Do you know what? It was on a stall. It was on the table beside the jerk guy. I remember when I picked it up, I was like, "Oh, the jerk guy's stall." So I filmed the jerk, and I come out again, and I went for the other stall, and I picked it up, and I picked up cards as I was going along.
So was
he'd probably be back? He'd probably be at the next one as well.
Well, yeah. When I get on, because it's not a guarantee that you get on every month. But the next one they call me for, I'm certainly going to have my eyes peeled. It's hilarious. But yeah,
it's that guy from the New Year's Eve that time. It's him.
Yeah. You know the guy that every year he gets caught on it because he was
what's his name?
What's his name again?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Poor man, every year
comes out, brings it back out again. It was not real. Is it Rio Ferdinand's comment what made me laugh? Rio, when Rio Ferdinand is commenting on your
Dominic,
Dominic can say,
Dominic, thanks, Asia.
Who's the man who's carbon licking saltfish patty? Rio Ferdinand.
Just on the stairs in just open public like that.
No.
Yeah. That must have ruined Dominic's life. Where
I thought sorry for a man, lost his job, everything. I thought sorry for him.
Well, who told you to go and eat pum pum on the stairs? Like, who does that on the stairs of a building in public?
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Yeah, well,
not even round her back. Not even round her back. Just on the stairs.
And what happened to her? Nothing. No one don't know her name. Nothing happened to her.
Her name came out.
She kind of got off scot-free-ish.
No, her name came out.
They were talking
about her getting murdered on a killing.
He's the meme.
Yeah. And his face as well, isn't it? It's his face.
Game over.
It's that time of year again, Dominic, and
Right.
Dominic's face just comes out. I just feel sorry for him. But you got to understand the choices that you make out here, man. You can't be eating pom pom in public.
And do you know
like
what?
that.
That was what a good 9 years ago, innit?
That was
Yeah, it
years
still
ago.
gets done in
Good
for
9,
every
10 years
year.
ago.
Years ago now.
Yeah.
And it's still coming round. I get a limo at the end of the year and stuff like that. The whole video came out,
It's that
and
time of
Amicable
year,
video.
so
That's what
Dominic
sorry for the
comes
brother.
out. But yeah,
Mm.
so that's our show for tonight, guys. That's the last topic. Yeah, bloody hilarious though.
Oh, before you lot go, I'm just saying. I know you got a couple of listeners things. I don't know if you lot got Netflix. There's a show on Netflix that you should watch. Yeah, it's a one-off thing. It's like one thing, and it's my mouth dropped.
Is it the scandalous one?
It's called Taking Care of Maya.
Okay, no, that's not the one I was thinking of.
And it's about this white family, yeah, in America, and basically their daughter gets this mystery illness that nobody knows, and the mum takes her all over the place to get looked after.
Yeah, you was telling me about this. Yeah,
they go to one doctor and the doctor says this is the problem. He treats her this way, and she gets better. Then she has a relapse, and they take her to another hospital, and the hospital says they've been harming their child, and takes the child away, and like refuses to let the family see the child. But
all right, no more spoilers.
Yeah, no more. That's just the kind of. But when you watch it, you need to text me up. The very end, your mouth will drop. Like what the? America's a bit mad.
Yeah.
You say, and then if you in America, like social services here, and for every child that they put in care, the person who refers it to in care gets some money.
So that's like child trafficking. Everyone's gonna get.
What's the rest of it?
What's it called, Harry? Say it again.
Taking Care of Maya.
All right.
Maya.
On my leg. All right, I see.
I want to watch that, and I want to watch the surrogacy. I've been seeing that flash up. Home Wrecker. There's a few that I need to.
Watch Taking Care of Maya, and then maybe you want to bring it to know, but like when you watch it, your mouth is just gonna be like.
Okay, I'm gonna watch.
Whatever you do, don't watch the Gabrielle Union new film on there because it's
I watched it.
I'm not being funny.
It's the
I'm gonna
worst.
say it's bad, but no, it's not the worst.
It
the one with Eddie Murphy and Laura London is way worse.
I thought so. I thought that was shit.
That was way worse.
No, this is way worse than that one.
I didn't watch that one.
The Gabrielle Union one's not good, but it's for me it's Tyler Perry level.
I just thought to myself, if you make, she got pregnant by the guy and then made the mum dashed him out, and you just sat there and she's looking at him. The film was trash. It was a trash film.
Her hair is terrible.
Gabrielle Union's film when
she got pregnant.
In the Gabrielle Union film, yeah, perfectly. She got pregnant.
Does she? I didn't think she got pregnant. I thought she just met the guy and. Oh yeah, she got pregnant. Right. She got pregnant. Yes,
you probably switched off before it was finished because
no. I watched it to the end, and the mum started to be all friendly to her.
Oh my god, I can't.
But all black movies are rubbish now.
She
I'm
plays
sorry.
the same cantankerous, stupid characters. I'm bored of her. I'm sorry.
Most black movies now are quite dead, to be honest with you. Like those type of movies are quite dead. The days of Friday and them movies are over. House Party. The days are done. From Soul Plane come out, our movies went downhill, and Tyler Perry started making movies, Madeira and Foolishness.
Soul Plane, oh my god! No, the worst was Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane. I never even watched it.
So dumb.
But
that was a spoof. I thought that must have been a spoof because it was that bad.
The Snoop one was a spoof, but I mean that's Snakes on a Plane.
Don't class it as a black movie though.
You don't class it as a black movie.
It's got Samuel in it. Doesn't mean it's a black movie. You know I mean? It's not a thing. You know what I mean? There's worse than that.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, but so watch that. Taking Care of Maya, and you send me a text.
Tomorrow when I'm doing my work, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, send me a text after you watch it.
We'll watch
tell me what you think. Like,
I'll let you know.
I'll watch it for sure.
Cool. Anyway, ladies, have a good night. Have a good Tuesday.
You too, sweetheart.
You too.
I'll phone you in the week anyway.
Yeah, it's actually in the week.
All right, babe.
Right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Darlings. All right. Call me. Someone call me about the moderator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will sort it out.
All right, babe. Speak to you soon.
I will sort it out because we
Bye.
need it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
Bye,
Now,
gorgeous.
Trish,
Bye.
yeah, see you later, babes.
Bye.
Yes, Midgie. We've
Yeah,
done
no,
it.
that Gabrielle Union film is so shit. I was so annoyed. I don't know why I was annoyed.
I just
was
know
like,
that
this
there
is
would have been no
terrible.
perfect ending to me and him after he make his mum dash me out and never said nothing. Must have been
I
mad.
just remember when the mum was sitting talking to them on the sofa, and I just was looking at her partying, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with her hair? The whole of this stupid film as well. It was just trash. The film was terrible. Then her hair was thinking. Then she was doing the same overacting. I don't think she's a good actress.
Some like Deliver Us from Eva, some of the old films, I like her delivery and the way that she does things, but like you said, it starts to become repetitive.
Yeah, she can't fill
The
another
types of
role. She always plays an uptight person.
yeah,
And then it's
because she is
been said that she's uptight in real life.
in real life. Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's a bit of a nightmare to work with. So I don't know.
Julia, John Baptiste said, thanks all for a great evening. Had plenty of jokes. Have a blessed week all. Same to you, sweetheart.
Oh, you too.
It's always all love. Jenny, night, gorgeous. Anything you want to say before we sign off, babes?
No. No. I'm shattered.
Yeah. Just time to rest. Anyway,
was the passion street. Yeah, I'm in Hounslow again tomorrow. I just can't take it. So yeah.
All right. Well, you better go get some rest for that long ass drive.
It was a long journey today. It's going to be a long journey tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for the jokes, ladies and gentlemen. Who's that?
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Thank you, guys. Thanks you for turning up. We love you to bits. Be nice to each other in this group. Some of the things that I've been reading have been disturbing, like really disturbing. Like when you lot get violent, it's not pretty. No bravado don't mean that we can stab each other in the throat verbally. It really doesn't. So we're trying to create a family atmosphere, a family environment where we all kind of just say our real opinions, but not where it gets disrespectful. Like, please, guys, keep the posts coming, keep the comments coming, keep the interactions coming, but let's keep the love and the respect coming as well. Let's not be telling people to suck their mother and all these things. It's just not.
Please don't.
It's not conducive for what it is we're trying to do here. But on a whole, we love you. We think you're hilarious. We love the inboxes. We love the interaction, and it's getting bigger. Like in terms of our group members, I think our group members in terms of growth has stagnated, but people come in and comment and interact, which is good. So it's still growth. So we thank you for that. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Don't forget, check out Black Excellence CIC on Instagram and on Facebook. Check out Diva Choice for your African inspired jewelry. Check out Niall for your black hair owned products. Check out What Next to see what we're going to be getting up to next, because that's very much it's still very much part of our strategic plan moving forward. And if you want to hop on as well, like a lot of you are great in the comments, but it'd be nice to talk to some of you on the lives to get your opinions live as well. So please inbox us if you want to hop on. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you guys.
Take
care. Bye-bye.